All right, welcome back, everybody. Congrats on another good day on a hot streak right now, and we're gonna talk about NBA in the MLB again. I think the NBA is gonna be a bit dangerous today. Um, the notes are there for the NBA. I'm gonna let you guys go over it, but I'm gonna decode the baseball in real time because I think we're gonna find more luck in baseball today than with the NBA. To go against the Hawks in a way seems stupid because they can become 6-2, but so can Philly. But realize the Hawks have hit every 62 ritual on the board, but it's the first time that the other team also has the 62 available to them. Whoever wins tonight is 6-2. That number's been everywhere with the Hawks. So we'll talk more about this, but I want to get to the baseball, which starts here soon. Something with Embiid, though, is Embiid has the perfect ritual to win today. If he wins, he's 15-15 in the playoffs, and he's 6-9 away. Atlanta's 15-69 in the ciphers that matter. So we'll go over the NBA. The notes are there if you want to read them. They're linked in the description of the video. Again, all the passwords for the NBA are 75 because it's the 75th NBA season. But, yeah, with baseball, again, we're starting to realize that the days of the week are super important. And it doesn't seem like every day is like that. Like, I don't see it with Tuesday, but I do see it with Wednesday and Thursday. And, again, in the years I've done that, just more and more recently, I'm realizing I have to pay attention to certain days of the week because the day of the week riddle seems to matter on certain days. But again, I still haven't seen it on every day. We know on Mondays, 21s play a lot because Lunar and Moon are 21, and Monday's named after Moon. It hasn't so much been the gematria of Monday. So it's kind of weird how this is, but, the Wednesday 37 thing really plays. It's smashed on Wednesday with the 37s. Yesterday, Thursday, we know 35 and Thursday plays because Thursday's 35. 35 was great for us again yesterday. I got to admit, I don't have much of a history of paying attention on Friday, but if there was a number that was going to matter on Friday, you think it would be the 3-6, because Friday's 36 forwards and backwards. It's also 63. So, again, I'm not going to bank on this today, but I'm just going to watch. Do the Cubs get their 36th win today? The Cubs have the 63 connection. Do the Cubs get their 36th win on a Friday? They are the favorite at home. We'll look at the picture here. You know what? Since this game starts in moments, let's look at the pictures real quick. Open up Baseball Reference. Cole Stewart. How come his name's not coming up? Why is he not coming up? Oh, it took me to Basketball Reference. That's why. Whoops. All right, here, let's try that again. Cole Stewart. Number 37, pitching in Chicago. Chicago 37. Today's 247 days after his birthday. Means it's 118 to his upcoming. 5-4 for his career. Let's see some real quick here with the Cubs. 5-4 for the career. And they're facing the Cardinals. All right, St. Louis Cardinals. And again, for right now, I'm just going to do these decodes in real time because, again, you guys can watch what I do. You can emulate the same thing. But for the guy who asked for me to write things down yesterday, if you noticed, I updated the basketball notes and plugged in the main things at the bottom. So, 5-4. By the way, today's date numerology, it's June 11th, 2021. Think about your numbers that have relationships with 11. 11's the 5th prime. 66 is the 11th triangular number. 121 has a square root of 11. But the date numerology is 58, 22, 13, the 6th prime. Lesser date numerology of 38 and 17. It is the 162nd day of the year. Remember, Major League Baseball is 162 at the most simple cipher. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, baseball's 162. What's interesting is the Hawks in the NBA are on 162 playoff wins. And we just had the Atlanta-Philadelphia baseball series conclude yesterday. And Phillies won the series 2-1. Like 76ers is 21. Like their star player Embiid wears 21. So there is something interesting about that, the way that lines up. And the Atlanta manager did not get his 383rd win, which is the 76th prime. So that was interesting. You would have thought that would have happened with the baseball series going on at the same time as basketball. But perhaps Philly winning the series 2-1 is symbolic because, again, 76ers 72, Embiid, the star player, number 72. Let's look at this other pitcher here, see what his numbers show. He must be a newer guy, too, because I don't recognize either of these guys' names, really. So these must be newer guys. It's 101 days after his birthday, the 26th prime. 0-5 for the career, looking for that first W. He could get his 6th loss today. We do have the 13-date numerology, the 6th prime. Game's about to start. So, again, Cubs are the favorite. And, oh, you know what? One thing I forgot about the 11th. 31 is the 11th prime number. If the Cardinals lost today, they'd get their 31st loss on the 11th. Cubs would pick up that 36th win, and I'm going to pay attention. Friday, 36 forwards and backwards. So this is something I'm moving more towards, is like realizing, like, okay, we know something's up with Wednesday and Thursday. It doesn't seem so much Tuesday. Monday's got the 21 thing. The Sunday rituals have seemed to matter historically, but certain days of the week, the day of the week, Gematria seems to matter more than others. So see if some 36s play today in baseball. But that first game, if the Cubs do win, do take note that they would get the 36th win. Friday's named after Venus. Venus has the 81, 18, 54, 27 connection, kind of like baseball, because baseball's 18 and 54. MLB's 27, 54, 9, you know. Okay. All right, so can Cubs get the 36th win? Question of the day. If the Cardinals get the 31st loss, though, remember that as well. 31, the 11th prime. We're on the 11th of the month. That game's starting as we start the stream. It'll probably be near over by the time we finish. Now, the Giants and Nationals game got rained out yesterday, so we still have the same ritual on the board. We got the same starting pitchers, Max Scherzer versus DeSclafani. Remember, if DeSclafani loses, he'll be 42 and 42 for his career. And if Scherzer wins, he'll get his 181st career win, the 42nd prime number. So very interesting how that all comes together. The only thing that I don't like about the game being moved from yesterday to today is that, you know, you could make a little bit of an argument for Scherzer to get to 5-5 now because it's the 11th and 11's the 5th prime. And he was part of that team that won the 115th World Series, 11-5. But the game was supposed to be played yesterday, and yesterday it looked like the ritual was that 181. Because again, what are the odds that he can get his 181st win, the 42nd prime, and if DeSclafani loses, he's 42 and 42. The Nationals are on 13 home wins. We're now on the 13-date numerology. So the main thing there is just the Scherzer ritual. Morton's now on the Braves, huh? So he went from the Rays to the Braves now. Houston to the Rays to the Braves. All right. Well, watch out for Charlie Morton, because this is a guy that they do big rituals with in MLB, one of the league's top pitchers. But okay. The Marlins are another team that could pick up the 36 today. It's interesting how the Cubs could become 36 and 27 and the Marlins can fall to 27 and 36. Those teams have some history just because, again, Friday has the double 36 and Friday's named after Venus, which has the 27. But Braves would also stay on 31 losses on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. But here, let's check out Charlie Morton real quick versus Alcantara. Let's see, Charlie Morton. And again, the nice thing about Baseball Reference is, you know, just right there, it shows the day, how many days after their birthday. If you open it up on your screen and it doesn't show that, there might be something down below that says show more or something like that. Just click that button and then this will pop up. I think if you're on your cell phone, it'll do that. But it's 211 days after his birthday, the 47th prime. And he has worn 47 in his career with the Phillies. Oh, he started out on the Braves, huh? So he returns to the Braves. Okay. He started out on the Braves. He's back there. Third round pick. Pretty high in baseball. Okay. 211 days after the birthday. And career stats. Notice he can get that 99th win, you guys. Remember, Miami has a lot of 99 rituals. Again, we normally stick to the base ciphers. But with Miami, just over the years, when I learned these extra ciphers, I was like, no wonder. No wonder. The English extended cipher, which is a cipher that can be helpful. I don't use it a lot in sports, but it can be helpful. Miami's got that 99, a lot of 99 rituals with Miami. Before I knew that, I knew that Miami had the 45 connection. It starts with M, the 13th letter. So I used to think that's what it was about. Because when you write out 13, it's 99 and 45. But then when we learned the English extended, I said, no wonder. The city equals 99. Seen some 99 stuff in Miami. Alcantara, if he did lose today, he'd be 3-6, a bit like 36, along with his team getting the 36th loss. And Alcantara, let's see here. Alcantara, I got to spell it right. There he is, Sandy. Okay. 277 days after his birthday, the 59th prime. That's a Miami Marlins number. Miami Marlins got the 59 in the most Pierce cipher. So 277 days after his birthday, the 59th prime. And let's see his record. He's 3-5. The one thing that's concerning about that is Miami. In the most simple cipher is 45, but it does also have that 36. And it's 27. If they lose, they're 27 and 36, and he falls to 3-6. And maybe that's more where it is on a Friday. So again, I don't have really any history of documenting how the Friday Gematria lines up, but my hunch is very well could be there. And consider if Morton got his 6th win today and Alcantara got his 6th loss. Again, we got the 13-date numerology, the 6th prime. The fact that Morton can get his 99th win. Alcantara, there are some concerns in this game. There are some This one's tough, actually. I don't like that Alcantara can pick up his 15th win. I don't like that. Alcantara does have a shot at the 15th win. Atlanta's 15. So, yeah. Again, don't go give back your money you made the last 3 days today. Let's just see if we can find ourselves some web gems. We'll watch on the 36 thing. If the 36 smashes, we'll know not to doubt it in the future. But again, I've taken some time off from sports, so I'm still not in the super groove, but I do realize I got to start paying attention more to the days of the week. Make sure we're not overlooking things. Because I imagine that 35 thing was there for a long time, and it just took us until we really, Thursday Night Football, we started to realize that 35 was running the show on Thursday Night Football. We're like, what in the world? It didn't used to be that way, but it was like 2 or 3 seasons ago, we started to pick up on the 35 thing with Thursday Night Football. Okay, I see the Rays pitcher can get to 4-3, and I know the Rays like that number. What is it? Is it Tampa Bay Rays? Is that what it is? Yeah. I know the Rays like that 43, so it just jumps out right away that their pitcher can get to 4-3. Orioles could stay on 11 away wins on the 11th. If the Rays win 3 here against the Orioles, I'm pretty sure the Orioles have that 42 connection. They do. If the Rays put it on the Orioles here, they could very well get to 42 wins. The Orioles would also get to 42 losses. Here, let's look at, and I should have checked that with these other series too, for what could make sense. Are there any key numbers coming up with the team? If the Marlins lose 2 in this series, they will get that 37th loss. The Braves love to give teams the 37. So the Marlins losing 2 in this series seems very likely to pick up that 37th loss against the Braves. And here, let's see if they play Monday. If it's a 3-game series, that should mean the Braves take 2 out of 3. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're playing Monday, and they didn't play yesterday. So very, very good chance here the Braves take the series and take 2 out of 3. That's another baseball bet. You don't have to bet game by game if you just want to bet a team to win a series. To me, the Braves have a good narrative to win the series. So you'd have to wait until Sunday when the series is over. But the Braves love to dish out that 37. So the Marlins, 2 losses from 37. And if the Braves only did win 2 in the series, they'd get to 31 wins. The series begins on the 11th. 31 the 11th prime could be another clue there. But yeah, Marlins losing 2 in the series seems very likely. And we're going to watch to see if that 36th thing happens. Morton does have the riddle for that 99th win where Miami likes 99. But again, Atlanta likes 15. I don't like that Alcantara can pick up his 15th win. So if you did see the Marlins win today, which I'm not sure that's going to happen with the 99 thing, but it does make me nervous. But if you did see the Marlins win today, I'd take the Braves in the next 2 games because the Braves, again, love to dish out that 37, and Marlins are 2 losses from it. Okay. All right, let's look at the pitchers here. Aiken and Yarbrough for this Orioles-Rays game. Aiken, let's see. Number 45, 71 days after the birthday. He is 1-2. 1-2. We did see we have 13-date numerology. Let's look at Yarbrough. He'll have a lot more stats. 13 has the relationship with 45 as well, and this guy's wearing 45. So if he becomes 1-3, wearing the 45. Remember, when you write out 13, it's 45 forwards and backwards. And we got the 13-date numerology, a bit like 1-3. But here, let's see. Yarbrough 48. It's 100. Makes sense. His birthday is the last day of the year. 162 days after his birthday on the 162nd day of the year, where Major League's 162. He comes in on the 31 wins, the 19 losses. And I don't think that either of those numbers really go with Orioles. But I do see that he can get to 4-3. And 43 just seems to show up all the time with Tampa. So I think there's a good chance here the Rays sweep this series and get that 42nd win versus the Orioles. Hold on. As I say that, though, they're at least taking 2 out of 3. They're at least taking 2 out of 3. We'll have to look at that Sunday game. Rays might very well take the first 2 games and get to 41 wins tomorrow on Saturday because Baltimore's 41 in the most pure cipher. We know the Orioles play well on Sunday. That would be the one risk. Rays. So here, let's see if these teams play Monday. If this is a 3-game series, you can bet the Rays to win the series. Yeah, they don't play each other Monday, so this is another 3-game series. They didn't play yesterday. Just double checking to make sure that's true. I'm pretty sure that is not true. Or that is true. They did not play yesterday. They did not. So it's a 3-game series. The Rays winning at least 2 of 3, super promising. The possibility of the sweep, entirely possible. So again, that's another bet you can do in baseball. Who wins the series? Rays look golden to win the series to get to at least 41 wins against Baltimore because Baltimore loves to give up that 41. Orioles does have the 42 connection. The numbers that play the hardest with Baltimore are 41 and 39. Orioles is 39 in the most pure cipher. Baltimore's 41 in the most pure cipher. So getting the 2 to get to 41 seems like a foregone conclusion. The Orioles 42... Gonna have to look at. I just know the Orioles surprise a lot of teams on Sunday. So, we'll be here each day. We'll look at it, but yeah, Yarbrough getting to 4-3. That's hard to go against. Rays love the 43. Okay, Tigers are on 36 losses. Their next loss is 37. You know that's coming. Doesn't have to be today necessarily, but you know that's coming. You see how the line for the White Sox is negative 157, like 157 the 37th prime? Chicago and Detroit are 37 in the most pure cipher. So maybe that line's telling us something right there. And as I say that, that's the other thing there's just so many things to look at, isn't there? But we got to get in the habit of looking at these rotation numbers. Because some of these teams, they got numbers that, like I see Atlanta has 905 next to them today, and Braves got that 95. But some of these teams, the rotation, like it was a huge clue the other day in the NBA with the 5-0-2 next to Philly, where both teams could become 5-2 on Doc Rivers' 239th day of his age, the 52nd prime. So, and Rod, if you're out there, man, I got to get in contact with Rod. Rod said he wanted me to call him about a week ago. He said he wanted to tell me about some rotation numbers that always come through. The reason I didn't call him on that is because, in a way, it's like I want him to just have that knowledge. He figured that out. And again, don't be afraid to sign up with Rod, you guys. Rod's very good. Kind of just wanted to let Rod keep that secret to himself. But at the same time, he wants to share because he learned from me. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want him to teach me his silver bullet, and then I start putting it out there, and then they take it away. But yeah, there is definitely something to the rotation numbers. So, okay. Nothing. The only one that really jumped out to me on the surface, and one of these might be a prime I'm missing, but the only one that jumped out to me scanning real quick was just that 905 next to Atlanta. Okay. All right. So we got Giolito versus Tariq Skubal. All right. Giolito, let's see what he's got going on. He is 5-5. It's 332 days after his birthday. That means it's 33 days to his upcoming birthday. Man, his next win is 37, you guys. His next win is 37. Again, Detroit and Chicago are 37 in the most pure cipher. That's the blue one. Detroit 37, Chicago 37. So we were just saying how both teams could hit the third. Or no, I guess it's the Tigers can get the 37th loss, the overlap number. We see Giolito can also get his 37th win. We see the lines at negative 157, the 37th prime. Feels like it's telling me about something about 37. We see the Tigers pitchers coming in 3-7 as well. So Giolito can get that 37th win against the appropriate team. Skubal, 203 days after his birthday. He is 4-11. Well, 5 and 11 are prime numbers. 11 is the 5th prime. It is the 11th, but I do see that he could get his 12th loss as well. 37 is the 12th prime. So the Tariq Skubal thing, I mean, that would be where the value is, but just the fact that the line is that, a number that pays tribute to 37, Giolito can get the 37th win, Tigers can start the series with the 37th loss. White Sox will get their 39th win of the year, and that is White Sox. It has a 39 Gematria. Series would start off with symbolic numbers. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything with those teams. Yeah, oh, that's another thing to think about, actually. If the White Sox put it on the Tigers, if they beat them 3 times, they'd give them the 39th loss of the season, which is a White Sox. It was a number we were focused on yesterday in the White Sox game. So they did not play yesterday. Let's see if they play Monday. They don't play Monday. It's a 3-game series. And a lot of times a good thing to think about with baseball, too, is what their record will be going into the next opponent, because then you're like, okay, that lines up this possibility for them to hit that number. If the White Sox swept the Tigers, they'd go in with 41 wins against Tampa. Then they could pick up 2 in that series, assuming this isn't a makeup game and they do play a series. Okay, but it'd put up, all right, they play Tuesday. They play Wednesday. Because, again, if they sweep, so that's a 3-game series. If they sweep Detroit and get that 41st win against Detroit, they're 2 away from picking up the 43 against the Rays, and a lot of people pick up 43s against the Rays. So I think the better riddle here is with the White Sox. The value is that Tariq Skubal 5-11 thing, but again, I think 37 is more the number here, and I think the line's telling us that. 157, the 37th prime. Okay, the Rockies and the Reds. The Reds come in on the 31 losses on the 11th. Again, 31's the 11th prime. Rockies do have a chance at that 6th away win on the 13-date numerology. 13, the 6th prime. The Rockies' next win is 26. They'll probably get one win in this series. Let me think about it some more. But the Reds dish out that 26. That's a number that plays with the Reds. Reds are 26-62. So one win from the 26. Doesn't have to come today. It's a series. Here, let's see. Do they play Monday? Nope. It's a 3-game series. It's a 3-game series here. And here, let's see the pitchers. Freeland and Molly. Well, the Colorado pitcher's 33-33. That's not really going to help us. It's his 67th game, the 19th prime, which is interesting because Reds is 19 in the most pure cipher. So the Colorado pitcher, 28 days after his birthday. If you use the rule with S, Reds is also 28. It's 19 in the most pure, but it has a S. Remember, if there's a S, it's the one letter where you can add +9 in the reduction cipher only. So 28 days after his 28th birthday, he faces the Reds. And if the Rockies lose 2 in this series, there's another thing I just spotted. If the Rockies lose 2 in this series, 26 away losses. Reds 26. So again, that's the thing about baseball. You don't have to bet game by game. You can bet series. To me, this looks like a good sign for the Reds to win the series. If the Rockies only win 1, they get their 26th win, Reds 26. If they lose 2, they get 26 away losses, Reds 26. Here, let's see what Tyler Molly's got. Oh, I see that if Molly wins, he is 6-2, and Reds is also 62. It's 255 days after his birthday. He's 26 years old right now. He can get his 19th win of his career. Reds is 19. He'd get a double Reds tribute. If Molly wins today, he'd get a double Reds tribute. He'd get his 19th win of his career and improve to 6-2 for the season. And since it looks like the Reds are going to take 2 out of 3, you'd say the winning percentage odds, they're twice as likely to win today as the Rockies are. So looking at it from that perspective, Reds don't look too bad today. And they'd stay on those 31 losses on the 11th. 31 the 11th prime. And again, he'd get his 6th win on the 13-date numerology as well. 13 the 6th prime, so yeah, I think Reds look pretty good to win the series there. Take 2 out of 3. Okay. The Mets have a shot at the 31st win on the 11th in New York, the 11th state. That makes some sense to me right on the surface. New York loves its 11s. New York is 111 land. The Mets in the 111th World Series. Don't forget, we called it in spring training when they had monster odds. But, yeah, so right on the surface, that's what jumps out there. The 31st win on the 11th. And we got Snell versus DeGrom. DeGrom also has a chance at the 6th win on the 13-date numerology. Let's see. Snell. So the Rays gave up their pitchers, huh? I've been paying attention to sports, but Snell's now on the Padres. 44-32 is Snell. So he could get his 33rd career loss today in New York. New York is 33. Snell can get the 33rd career loss today in New York. And again, if you guys are just listening to this and not writing things down and trying to remember it all, again, it's not that hard to just have out a pen and paper and just jot it down as I talk. But DeGrom, so okay, Snell has a reason for the 33rd loss. Mets have a reason for the 31st win. Let's see what DeGrom's got. DeGrom. It's 357 days after his birthday. I just want to see if that's a prime number. I think it is. It's not. It's not. Okay. 8 days to his upcoming birthday. 75-53 for his career. 75-53. Now, I don't think those numbers go with the Padres. The best is whenever you find a pitcher that, like yesterday, I just got so excited when I saw Keuchel get his 95th win. It lined up with both sides. It's always nice when you can find that a pitcher can pick up the win or loss number that goes with the other team. But 75 and 53. Why 76 or 54 today? Venus does have the 54, which is what Friday's named after. Baseball's that. So that would be the risk, is that 54th loss. Padres, Mets. Yeah, again, the whole Friday Venus thing I'm not so sure about, but if this is a 3-game series, let's check to see if that is. If this is a 3-game series, Padres might very well win this series, because notice they're 2 wins from 39. The big New York number. The best New York number. Let's see if this is a 3-game series right here. Yeah, it must be, because Padres are playing the Rockies on Monday. What's the Sunday night game of the week? Cubs, Cardinals. All right. Yeah, the Padres, they do have a narrative to win this series here. They do. They can pick up that 39th win. Again, picking up the 31st win on the 11th does make some good sense. Snell getting the 33rd loss also makes some sense. My biggest concern is just that DeGrom's next loss is 54, which, because again, I'm watching. I'm going to start paying attention more with all the day of the week and the planet stuff. That's the one thing that could go against DeGrom. But out of curiosity, let's see who pitches tomorrow for these teams. Musgrove versus Stroman. But yeah, I'm eyeballing how the Padres can take 2 out of 3. That also makes me a little bit anxious about tonight's game, because if the Padres get game 1, then they're in prime position to get that 39th. So maybe be careful there. But watch that series, because again, if going into Sunday the Padres are 1 win from 39, I mean, New York and 39 is very consistent. When it doesn't come through, it's like, wow, I can't believe it didn't come through. Again, last week at the Belmont Stakes, it was the best race of the day, taking the horse in the 9th, or the horse in the 3rd post in the 9th race. This year, race 3 didn't have 9 horses in it, unfortunately, or that probably would have went through too, but 39 in New York, man. Okay. The Mariners are in Cleveland with 33 losses and 2 wins away from 33. Cleveland's 33 land. The Indians' next win is 33. What I need to do is just open up another slide on Monday so I can just quickly scan. Is this game a 3-game series this weekend? It is, because on Monday the Mariners are in Minnesota, or they're facing Minnesota. But yeah, if the Mariners did take 2 out of 3, you know what? If the Mariners took 2 out of 3 right here, their record would be 33 and 34. That is golden. Cleveland is 33 in the most pure cipher, right? Indians is 34 in the most pure cipher. They'd be 33 and 34 if they took 2 out of 3 games. So Cleveland's pitcher on the mound tonight, pitching well. All right, let's look at these 2 guys. Justin Dunn. Justin Dunn, 1 and 2, 5 and 3 for the career. 5-3 for the career. 54 and 63 are both baseball numbers. We were talking about how Friday has that 63-36 thing. Justin Dunn, 61 like Ohio. He went to Boston College, the Jesuit school. If he lost, he'd be 5-4 like Jesuit order. Today's is 200. It's 262 days after his birthday. It's also his 263rd day of his age, the 56th prime. That's interesting because Mariners is 56. But yeah, the Mariners would have good odds to win this series because they're going to be the dogs in this series. So if the Mariners take 2 out of 3, that'll be a surprise to people. But it's right there, 33 and 34 if they upset and win the series. But okay, Dunn. He's got a nice birthday alignment with his team. Plus, he's a Jesuit, Boston College. Here, let's check out the other pitcher. Seville. 66, 67, 43 numbers. His birthday is tomorrow. It's the day before his birthday. How about that? He's going to turn 26 tomorrow. 15 and 12 for the career. We do got the 13 date numerology. 8 and 2 for the season. Let's see something. Aaron Seville record versus Mariners. 0-1. Could become 1-1 on the 11th. Make sure the Mariners don't have some connection to one of these numbers. Mariners. Indians. Progressive field. Field names can be helpful too. Progressive field. Well, I don't see anything super convincing for tonight's game, but if Indians do take game 1, let's just say as the favorites, might set up the Mariners to surprise them over the weekend to get that 33 and 34. I've seen that happen to the Indians plenty of times before. Cleveland 33, Indians 34. So Mariners would have to take 2 out of 3. Should be decent odds for the Mariners to win the series. My one warning, I would say, is teams that I hate in the MLB that do blow good riddles. Sometimes the Mariners will be in a groove and they'll be hitting their riddles, but sometimes it's just like, how come everything that's lining up for the Mariners is not coming through? Mariners and Padres are just like teams that make me scratch my head a lot, but that 33 and 34 in Cleveland is something. Okay, Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Let's see. On the surface, Blue Jays come in on the 31 wins on the 11th. And it's going to be the Red Sox 64th game of the season. Yesterday, their starting pitcher had a great ritual through 64, and his team got the W. All right, let's look at the pitchers here. Ross Stripling and Garrett Richards. Today is the 201st day of Ross Stripling's age. We know what's up with 201. And he's 25 and 30, though. I don't like that. He could get his 31st loss on the 11th. Next win is 26. Boston, if you use the rule with S, is all. Oh, Red Sox is 31 in the most pure cipher. Ooh. That looks pretty tough for the Toronto pitcher right there. He can get his 31st loss on the 11th against the Red Sox, who got the 31 in the most pure cipher. If you use the rule with S with Boston, it's also 31. So that's a tough one there. The Blue Jays would stay on 31 wins as well. Here, let's see what Garrett Richards has going. Garrett Richards, 15 days after his birthday, 16th day of his age. 51 and 45 for the career. In the AL, 49 and 42. Jay's got the 49 connection. Well, the most convincing thing here is the Blue Jays staying on 31 wins on the 11th, and Ross Stripling getting his 31st loss on the 11th against the Red Sox with the strong 31 connection. So, I'm trying to think more about the series, where the series could be going. It's tricky because I imagine this is a 3-game series, and Boston has the 32 connection, so does Red Sox. Boston's 32, Red Sox 32. But the thing is, if Blue Jays win 1 in the series, they get to 32 wins. If they got swept, they could also get to 32 losses. Make sure they're not... Oh, they play into Monday. This is a 4-game series. Huh. God, if they went 1-3 in this series, they could get to 32 and 32, which is Boston and Red Sox. Boston 32, Red Sox 32. So the Red Sox would have to win 3 of the 4 games. They'd go 3. That's kind of interesting. If the Red Sox went 3-1, right, in the series, when the Blue Jays come in with 31 wins, and in the first game, the pitcher can get his 31st loss. So that could be the riddle for this series starting on the 11th. Red Sox might do some damage here, taking 3 out of 4. And again, I'm not going to sweat the Blue Jays, falling further back. They don't have Springer back. I said that they'd probably start slower this year. There's a lot of baseball left. I think they're already competing, right? It's not like they're doing bad, but they don't even have their star player yet. So, but again, in the AL, we do got to think about, I think if it's not the Blue Jays, it's the White Sox to me, or possibly the Yankees with what we discovered about that 20-year pattern. 21, 41, 61, 81, 2001, 2021. If that happens, Yankees will be in the World Series 20 years apart all those years. So, yeah, I think the Red Sox are the better play here tonight. It's kind of interesting that I guess Garrett Richards hasn't been pitching that great, so it kind of feels like Boston should be more of a favorite, though. The line's the one funny thing. But the 31's the thing that stands out on the board. Okay. Here, I want to check one more thing about Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling away record. Let's see. 1-2. He could fall to 1-3 on the 13-date numerology. Record versus Boston. 2-2 against Boston. Two ways to look at it. Blue Jays is 23 in the most pure cipher, but then Boston's got that 32, and so does Red Sox. But yeah, the 31's the thing that's the most convincing there. Stripling can get the 31st career losses we saw on the 11th against the Red Sox with the best cipher. So it's going to be, well, it's not going to be his 50. He could get his 56th decision today. He's 31 years old right now, too. Huh. Okay. Astros and Twins. Astros are another team that would have the chance at the 36 today. Remember, we talked about how if the Twins won yesterday, they'd stay on the 37 losses against the Yankees because Yankees is 37. But we said if that happened, what it would set up is them to get the 38th loss and the 20th home loss against the Astros, who they played next, which starts today. Remember, Astros have the connection to 20 and 38. In the base cipher, you see the 20 in the most pure, but there's 2 S's in that word. So with the S exceptions, it's +9 for each S, so it's also 38. Remember, the reason there's the rule for S is because it's the only letter you have to reduce 2 times. S is the 19th letter. The numerology of 19 is 1 + 9 is 10, and then 10 is 1 + 0 is 1. So S can be 10 or 1. But okay. Twins... Next loss, Astros number. Houston does have a chance at that 36th win. You know, hey, speaking of 38, if this is a 3-game series right here, if Astros come in and clean up on the Twins, they'd get that 38th win in Minnesota. Minnesota's 38 in the most pure cipher. Let's see if that's what could be in store here. Is this they play on Monday? They do not play on Monday. Twins are against the Mariners. Okay. So possible sweep series here for Houston. Very possible they get to 38 wins in Minnesota. Minnesota loves 52. The next best number in Minnesota is 38. Thinking about the Twins, what their record would become if any of that makes sense against the Astros. Houston, if you use the rule with S is 40, they could get the 40th loss. All right, let's look at the pitchers. Urquidy versus a guy I never heard of. Let's see. "41 days after his birthday." Houston's 40. Houston does have the 41 connection. They do have that potential isn't it? If all these teams hit 36 and 27 on this Friday, you just remember that, how those numbers connect to Friday. Venus and Friday have the 36 and 27 connections. Okay, but Urquidy, 41 days after his birthday, 42nd day of his age. He can get to 8 and 5. Now, yesterday, Hap did not do the 8 and 5 thing. It's funny, after the stream, I started to think about, cause it's just like when I start doing this, it jogs my memory from the past. Hap last year had this ritual that just kept coming up against the Red Sox, and it just did not happen. I was like, okay, from now on when Hap has something, I'm just going to go the opposite of it. But the Twins do like 85. The Twins do like the number 85. So Urquidy with a win tonight is 8 and 5 for his career. He's 8 and 5 for his career with the W. And yeah, that 36 things there, the potential, the fact that they can win 3 in the series and get to 38, all of that jumps out to me. All of that jumps out. Okay, so they don't look too bad there, the Stros. And the Pirates and the Brewers. The Brewers are another team that can do this 36-27 thing, and man, they are huge favorites. They are huge favorites. But it's just another one of those 36-27s. And we're going to learn something. The Cubs are getting in a hole right here. But plenty of baseball game left. We're going to see if the Cubs end up doing that 36-27 thing. Again, we're going to see. It's a theory that we're watching today. Do the Venus Friday numbers matter? Kind of like how the Thursday numbers matter. Like the Wednesday number matter. Okay, but Brewers are huge favorites. And let me see. Where's this series going? Pirates. Brewers. Yeah, Milwaukee does have that 37. Brewers got that 36 in their name as well. Brewers got the 36. Milwaukee's got the 37. So if Brewers win today, if they win 2 in the series, they're up to 37, which seems very likely. Because they're playing in Milwaukee, 37 land. Let's see, DeJong and Woodward. Let's see. This might be the reason that the odds are so high. It looks like this guy might be not the greatest pitcher here. 164 days after the birthday. He's 1 and 5, the Pirates pitcher. If he did lose, he'd be 1 and 6. Milwaukee's also 53, the 16th prime. And Woodruff, it's 121 days after his birthday. Square root 11, pitching on the 11th. He is number 53. He's also number 53. The other pitcher can become 1 and 6 versus number 53. Milwaukee's 53. 23 and 13 for his career. Stay on those 13 losses on the 13 date numerology. It's the 63rd game of the season. Can get the 36th win. Well, the 36th thing is there. If that theory is true, Brewers connect. Brewers getting the 37th win makes a bunch of sense in the series because, again, so there's not a lot of value with this game because Milwaukee's a huge favorite. But if there was a team to believe in the 36 on the Friday, a team that has a 36 connection probably be the more likely team to do it. Friday, 36 forwards and backwards. Brewers 36 on their way to getting the 37th win in Milwaukee. I guess the only thing you could say that's going for the Pirates, who would have huge value today, is the 11th away win on the 11th. But yeah, just the tremendous value with the Pirates. It's just that pitcher, the potential to fall to 1-6 in Milwaukee makes some sense. So it's hard to believe in the Pirates there, but yeah, the Brewers, not much value. Okay, I see the Angels have a shot at their 31st win on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. They'd also get their 13th away win on the 13-date numerology. Let's see. Ohtani versus Merrill Kelly. This is interleague play right here. Did we have any other interleague play game tonight? I think that's the first interleague I noticed. All these other games, none of these other games are interleague. For people who don't know baseball, interleague is when the American League plays the National League. But hold up. Let's see what's going on with these teams. Because a lot of times these interleague records can be very helpful. How come I don't see the interleague record? What in the world? Okay, this is what happens when you stop decoding sports, you forget where to look for the interleague record. Okay. Why, oh why do I not see the interleague record? Okay, just give me expanded. That's gonna drive me nuts. Here we go. Found it. Verse division. All right, Angels and Diamondbacks. Anaheim Angels are 3-2 in interleague play. If they did win, they would become 4-2. Arizona does equal 42 in the reverse reduction. And Diamondbacks are 0-4. Well, the trick there with that is LA does have the 14 connection in the reverse reduction. So that's... I got to think deeper. Do the Diamondbacks have a 62 connection? A number the Diamondbacks love that's not here in the base ciphers is 99. Don't ever forget it. It's like their favorite number. They love 99. It's you see where it's 90 in the single reduction? There's one more exception that you can use, and that's K. When you use the master numerology of K, Arizona Diamondbacks becomes 99. They love that number. Angels. It is in Arizona tonight. The game is not in LA. So if Angels did win, they would become 4-2 in interleague play. And they'd get that 31st win on the 11th. They took the first two, they'd get to 32-32, which goes with their team name. Angels 32. Okay, let me see. All right, let's look at the pitchers. Ohtani versus Kelly. Maybe that's where our winning clue is. It's 341 days after his birthday. 2040 was upcoming. We're in number 17. I just want his pitching stats. Here we go. He's 6-4. 6-4 for his career. Six and four. Hmm. 74 is a magic number, but let's see. How about Kelly? It's 240 days after his birthday, 241st day of his age, the 53rd prime. He is 18-22. And comes in against the Angels on 22 losses. Well, the best thing going here in this game is just the surface level stuff. If the Angels win, they get their 31st win on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. And the D-backs would stay on 11 home wins. Again, the Angels would also get that 13th away win on the 13-date numerology. But I always feel better about it. Oh, I guess one other thing for the Angels is if the Angels pitcher did win, they'd get their 31st win, and he would improve to 3-1. But I do wish there was something stronger with the pitchers. But the surface level stuff, I'd have to take the favorite Angels on the road based on the way the 31s and the 11s fall. The Royals did upset the Athletics last night. I stayed away from that game, but we did see there were some things that I was like, I just don't. It'd be interesting if the Royals did it 2 nights in a row to the Athletics. And I remember the Royals, sometimes when the Royals have been really good to us in the past when they've had some nice riddles, some big upsets. I remember there was a thing where like the Royals smoked a team way better than them like 3 nights in a row, and every night they just had the most glorious rich. Or actually, I'm going back. Maybe they hit him the first 2, and then that third night was so perfect and it failed there. But I was like, all right, well, we just got 2 big payouts the day before. It might have failed on the third day, actually. But, the Royals can't get to 31-31 on the 11th. So that does stand out. The Athletics. Here, let's see. Singer versus Irvin. Brady Singer, 311 days after his birthday, the 64th prime. 7-10 for the career. Ooh, he can get his 11th loss, though. I don't like that. The 11 could go against him that way. And Cole Irvin. Let's see. Cole Irvin. 6-9. 6-9 is Cole Irvin. And let me see if that fits in anywhere. Royals. Kansas City is 67, the 19th prime. If they did do the 31-31 thing, Athletics would fall to 19-19. Again, Kansas City 67, the 19th prime. Royals got that 36 thing like Friday. Athletics. Okay. Athletics. Yeah, well, there's nothing super convincing with the pitchers. The Brady Singer, the one thing on the surface that could go against him is being 3-6. On if the 36 thing matters on Fridays, which I'm actually not sure about. Royals does have that 36 in it as well. So yeah, there's some things on the surface that could be nice for a Royals upset. The 31 and 31 and the 19 and 19. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They beat them yesterday. Could they do it 2 days in a row? 2 upsets 2 days in a row. That's tough. So, yeah, if there was something more convincing, like if Brady Singer had something going in his favor, I'd be all about it. But I don't like that he has the potential to fall in 3-6 because Royals is 36 and potentially the Friday thing as well. Let's see. The Rangers are huge dogs tonight. Dodgers are the biggest favorite of the night. If Dodgers here, let's see what the Dodgers interleague record is. I do see that if they win 3 straight, they're going to get to 41. Now remember, 41 of course connects to LA, but think about how many skull and bones things they do with the Rangers. So skull and bones is 41 in the most pure cipher, and if you guys are new here, we've been talking about the World Series and skull and bones and the death of George H.W. Bush, the 41st president, and how many rituals they've run with the Rangers through his death date. It's just been crazy. But I do see the Dodgers could get to 41 wins if they put it on the Rangers. The Rangers are 1-9 in interleague play. They would fall to 1-12. They would fall to 1-12 if they lost. Los Angeles is 37, the 12th prime. Well, I'm assuming it's a 3-game series. Let me see. They didn't play yesterday. Make sure they don't play on Monday. They don't. Dodgers play Phillies on Monday. Okay. So the Dodgers, not a lot of value tonight, that's for sure, but the skull and bones thing is there. And that would be on this Sunday, which is June 13th. You know what's weird about that? I'm pretty sure that... Oh, yeah, it's the day leaving 201 days left in the year. Oh, by the way, skull and bones, if you use Francis Bacon Gematria, skull and bones is also 201. And remember, they're tied in through the Knights Templar and the Templar Cross and the Jesuit logo. But June 13th, this Sunday, will be the day leaving 201 days left in the year. And I think George H.W. Bush's birthday is June 12th. Let's see. Okay, so tomorrow's what would have been his birthday. He would have turned 97 tomorrow. The 25th prime. He died on 11/30. Remember, 11 plus 30, 41. He died 5 years after Paul Walker died on that day. One of Paul Walker's first movies is where he plays a member of the Skull and Bones, and he drives a red Porsche in that movie that's given to him by Skull and Bones, and he dies in a red Porsche 5 years to the day of Bush. But let's see here. November 30th, 2018. And, let me see. Today. Here, I just want to see. Tomorrow. You know what's weird about June 13th? It'll be a span of 927 days from he died. It just reminds me of September 27th, which is the day the Jesuits are recognized in history. I don't think that's a prime number, 927. It is not. Yeah, 103 clearly goes into it. But yeah, and you know what else? If the Dodgers sweep, or wait a minute. My math is off, isn't it? The Dodgers are on 37 wins. So if they win today, they'd have 40 wins on Sunday. Oh. If the Rangers lose today and tomorrow, they can get their 41st loss on his birthday. Tomorrow, they'd get the 41st loss. Skull and Bones 41, LA 41. Another thing with the Rangers and the Skull and Bones number clearly connected to HW. So it seems that that's what they're doing. That they're going to have him get his 41st loss or the Rangers get their 41st loss on his birthday. If the Rangers won one game in the series, it's what would have been his 97th birthday, the 25th prime. Their next win is 25. I guess that'd be the one thing to watch out for. Could come the day after. Because him getting the 41st loss on 41's birthday with the Rangers, that just seems like what they do. But maybe they would surprise on Sunday. Just thinking about that. Would it make sense for the surprise on Sunday? The Rangers would also get their 25th away loss. If they lose today and tomorrow, they'd get the 25th away loss on Bush's birthday. Let's see what they got going on here with the pitchers. Fulte, Newicks, and Kershaw. He comes in 45 and 48. If I'm not mistaken, Dodgers, if you use the rule with S, they got that 45 in their name. I fully expect the Dodgers to be in the 117th World Series. All right, but Fulte, Newicks, he could fall to 1-8 in the AL. Baseball number. Baseball's 18 in the most pure cipher. So is Venus, what Friday's named after. All right, here. Where's Kershaw at now? It's 84 days after Kershaw's birthday, or his 85th day of his age. That's funny, because look at his record. He comes in 7-5, right? So he can get to 8-5 on his 85th day of his age. Dodgers don't have a lot of value, but them winning today seems pretty probable the way it sets up the 41 ritual on 41's birthday tomorrow. And Kershaw, for his career, next win is 1-8. Funny that he comes in on the 81 losses, right? We just saw that, the Venus 81-18 thing. The other pitcher can fall to 1-8 we saw. Or wait, what was it with the 18? I guess not 1-8, he'd fall to 1-7, but wasn't there something we just saw with him? Oh, he can fall to 1-8 in the AL. That's what it is. 1-8 in the AL. Okay. So, yeah, the 41st loss on 41's birthday seems right for the Rangers. And then what would be nice if that happens is it very well might set up the ritual for the day after. We'll look at it tomorrow, too, just in case they got the 25th win on his 97th birthday. But I got to think they do the 41st loss on his birthday. He was number 41. Skull and Bones 41. Seems to make more sense. So, all right, we went through all the baseball games. And again, it's mostly in those things. If you wanted to do anything else for these games, it would just be looking at their head-to-head records for the season. Sometimes there's something there with that. So, again, just to quickly recap, if I have it all stuck in my head, we have the same ritual in this Nationals-Giants game from yesterday. Max Scherzer can get the 181st win. Dave Sclafani can fall to 42 and 42. 181's the 42nd prime. Seems to be the pattern. The game got moved from yesterday to today. My only concern with today it being on the 11th is 11's the 5th prime. Scherzer could fall to 5-5, but the ritual seems like it was supposed to be for yesterday. The game got moved because of the rain delay. The Braves and Marlins, we did see that Morton could get that trusty 99th win against Miami, a number that definitely plays with Miami, but I don't like that Alcantara can get his 15th win because that's an Atlanta number. So what I am going to watch, though, is if Marlins do end up losing, I'm taking note if the 36 is hit today. If the Cubs come back and win today, they can get their 36th win. If you see the Cubs come back and win, again, we're tracking it, but Friday has the double connection to 36. I'm trying to figure out right now if I need to start paying attention to the gematria of all of the days of the week. I know some days it already doesn't matter so much, But Wednesday and Thursday, it matters. Sometimes on Sunday, it seems like it really matters. 21s on Monday can matter. So does 36 on Friday, does that matter? Friday's got a double 36. Going to watch that today because there's 36s all over the place. Friday's also 99 as well, just like how Morton could get that 99th win. So you guys can do what you want, but because it's something I haven't studied enough, I'm going to see. But if Morton did get the 99th win, Marlins would get the 36th loss. The Marlins would be 27-36. Miami is 27-36. Braves would stay on 31 losses on the 11th. There is more there for the Braves in this game. I just don't like that Alcantara can get his 15th win because that's an Atlanta number, and sometimes it just takes that one thing. And then Alcantara, he can be 4-5 or 3-6, which are both also Miami numbers. But just the whole 27-36, those are Miami numbers. The Orioles and the Rays, again, the Rays should take at least 2 out of 3 here. Baltimore's 41 in the most pure cipher. Orioles is 42 with the reverse reduction, but Rays to win the series. Yarbrough can get to 4-3 tonight. Tampa Bay Rays 43. They love that number. The White Sox and the Tigers, again, the line's -157, the 37th prime. Detroit and Chicago are 37 in the most pure cipher. And we saw that Giolito tonight could get his 37th career win against Detroit while giving Detroit their 37th loss of the season. So I gotta go that way. I gotta go that way. The series between the 37 teams looks like it's starting off with a 37 ritual, and it looks like the line's telling us that. Again, -157, the 37th prime. We saw that Molly can get to 6-2, and there was one other thing there. But anyway, Reds is 62-26. It looks like the Reds should take at least 2 out of 3 in this series, probably 2 out of 3, because the Rockies will get 26 away losses. And if they only win 1 out of 3, they'd get their 26th win. And again, Reds got that 26 connection. If the Reds do not lose tonight, they stay on the 31 losses on the 11th. So, here, let me just pull up Molly's stats in case there was one more thing about that. But the 6-2 made some sense. The 6th win on the 13 date numerology, 13, the 6 prime. Oh, yeah, Molly can get his 19th win. And again, just the Reds numbers. 19th career win, 6-2 for the season, on his way to help and set up the greater 26 ritual for the series. So Reds don't look bad there. The Padres and the Mets, tough one, because Snell could get that 33rd loss in New York. But again, the Padres, this is a 3-game series. If they take 2 out of 3, they got 39 wins. New York loves 39. The Mets do have a chance at the 31st win on the 11th. If the Mets do win tonight, I think they're probably going to lose Saturday and Sunday because not many teams go to New York and don't pick up the 39. So, and Padres, they are a pretty good team this year. So, Mets got all the value tonight. They might get that 31st on the 11th, but I think tough call tonight in tonight's game. I mean, the value you'd be mad if you missed the Padres upset, but man, again, it's hard to go against that 31 on the 11th in the 11th state. But if the Mets do win tonight, I think the Padres are coming back this weekend and going for the 39. Okay, Mariners and Indians. Again, Mariners to win the series. I don't know if they win tonight. There's nothing clear about this game, but the reason the Mariners could win the series is if they take 2 out of 3, they'll be 33-34. Cleveland 33, Indians 34, both in the most pure cipher. And yeah, I could see it. So going to keep decoding day by day, but I'm not crazy about that game tonight. Blue Jays and Red Sox. Again, what we saw here was Stripling. Stripling can pick up the L that is 31, and Red Sox is 31 in the most pure cipher. Red Sox, 31 in the most pure cipher. It is the 11th, 31 the 11th prime, so that seems like the most incriminating thing. Blue Jays stay on 31 wins on the 11th. Stripling gets his 31st loss against the Red Sox. Boston's -121, the line in their favor. Square root of 11. And there was one more thing I was saying about this. It's a 4-game series. It's a 4-game series, this series. If Blue Jays win 1 out of 4, so if Red Sox go 3-1 in this series that starts on the 11th, the Blue Jays record will be 32-32, and both Boston and Red Sox equal 32 when you run it in reverse. So that's another thing to think about. Astros and Twins, we saw that the Astros, the Astros have a chance of that 36, but that was not it. If the Astros sweep Minnesota, they'll get to 38 wins. Minnesota's 38 in the most pure cipher. And Urquidy, let's see. There was one more thing. Oh, yeah, Urquidy can get to 8-5. Twins, 85 in the most simple cipher. Okay? So Astros have a good riddle to sweep this 3-game series. They're another team that can pick up the 36 on this Friday, which is the part I'm not sure about, but it is there. It's a theory that could be. And again, realize how it could start. It could start with the Twins getting that 38th loss on the way to Astros sweeping the series, getting 38 in Minnesota. But Urquidy's got the nice riddle today. He can also get his 5th win on the 11th, 11 the 5th prime. I don't think I said that before. Yeah, so there is that. Pirates and Brewers. Brewers are another team that can pick up this 36th win. Friday, 36 forwards and backwards. Brewers, 36. Brewers should take at least 2 out of 3 here and get to 37 wins. Milwaukee, 37 in the most pure cipher. Thinking if there's any more to that. But yeah, Brewers don't have a lot of value tonight. And I can't remember if there was anything with Woodruff. I don't remember there being anything. 121 days. Oh, yeah. That's the one thing. He wears number 53. Milwaukee's 53 in reverse. That's the 16th prime number. The other pitcher can fall to 1-6. So, I mean, Brewers don't look bad. They don't look bad, but they don't have a lot of value. The one thing... Actually, hold on. I'd probably just leave this game alone because there's not a lot of value. And the one thing that would kill you is if the Pirates won and they got their 11th away win on the 11th. You might even want to think about doing a really small parlay card tonight with the Pirates just because of that, because the Pirates would make your parlay. If the Pirates win, like if you have $1 on that with 3 or 4 other teams that come through, your dollar will be worth something valuable because the Pirates would have a huge parlay multiplier effect because they're big dogs. So that 11 is the thing to watch out for. And now that I think about it, Saturday does have that 28 connection. Okay. Angels and the D-backs. Again, Angels are another team that can pick up the 31st win on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. If they do win, they'll be 4-2 in interleague play in Arizona. Arizona is 42. The one concern is the Diamondbacks are 0-4 in interleague play. If they won, they'd be 1-4, and LA is 14. But Ohtani could get to 3-1, and his team could get the 31st win on the 11th. D-backs could stay on 11 wins. And yeah, the Angels would also get the 13th away win on the 13-date numerology. LA is 13-14. If LA did win today, it would set them up to get the 14th away win on the 14-date numerology. And they would become 32-32, and Angels is 32. So, biggest concern would be Merrill Kelly, who has a chance to get to 3-6. So we're wondering about the 36 Friday thing. Let me look at his stats one more time. He's from Houston. 18-22. Yeah. Okay, and then the Royals would have value tonight, but man, they upset last night. I don't know about 2 nights in a row, but if they did win, they'd be 31-31 on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. Athletics would fall to 19-19 at home. Kansas City, 67 the 19th prime. We saw what they just did with 67-19 with the deaths of Leon Spinks and Butch Reed right before the Super Bowl where the Bucs beat the Chiefs. But Brady Singer worries me a bit because he can do that 3-6 thing too, and in my mind it's floating around, is 36 going to matter on Friday? So Again, don't get greedy today. We've had 3 tremendous days in a row and have been pretty much winning all week. So don't go giving your money back. Just wait until it's just like yesterday. I mean, you could feel it yesterday. I just knew yesterday was going to be a great day before the games even came through. The alignments were just picture perfect yesterday, and there will be days like that, and there will be days that are not like that. So you want to wait for the days that are like that. But then again, with the Rangers, what we talked about is if they lose today and tomorrow, they get their 41st loss on 41's birthday, and the Bush family is associated with the Texas Rangers. That's why it matters. So Kershaw can get to 8-5 on his 85th day of his age. You know what's funny about that? The night before this, if you write out the word Templar, it's 85, right? Templar's 85. And Skull and Bones, their symbolism comes from the Knights Templar, because that's how the Knights Templar would bury their dead in an ossuary. Here, watch, I'll show you this in case you don't know all this stuff. Ossuary, check this out. See how ossuary is 118? If you write out 41 as a word, it's 118, right? And Skull and Bones is 41, right? And number 41 was George Herbert Walker Bush, 118, you see? So big numbers that come together in rituals. And you know what else? As I say that 118, who am I kidding? Los Angeles is the most 118 city there is in the whole world. Los Angeles, California, 118. Its birthday is September 4th, the day leaving 118 days left in the year. It's on the 118th Meridian West. The current mayor is that mobster Eric Garcetti, whose name is 118. So I do see the symbolism in the Dodgers, or Kershaw getting to 8-5 on his 85th day of his age, and what looks like a larger Skull and Bones ritual that comes into tomorrow on Bush's, what would have been his 97th birthday. And if the Dodgers don't lose those 2 games, they'll stay on 25 losses. They'll give the Rangers the 25th away loss on his 97th birthday, 97 the 25th prime. And then maybe that's what happens. Maybe the day after, maybe the Rangers surprise the Dodgers with some value on a Sunday and get that 25th win. I'll be annoyed if they get the 25th win on his birthday. But again, I feel like they pick up the 41st loss on his birthday. It just seems more appropriate. 25, I don't know where that fits in with Skull and Bones. I know where 41 does. So 25 fits in with death. He's a dead man. Okay, so yeah, we went over the baseball. Some of the plays look pretty good there. Don't get greedy. And again, we're watching this first game to see if this 36th thing happens for the Cubs on a Friday. Because, again, it's something that I don't know. It's something that I don't know. I have not really paid attention to the Friday thing. I know Thursday matters. I know Wednesday matters. Okay, so we covered baseball, good and heavy there. I think there's enough games to choose from where you can do well today in baseball. Do not ask me to review it again. It's all there. It's all been said. And you guys, if you don't know the trick yet, on YouTube, here, let me just open up YouTube. If you guys do not know this trick, I'm gonna start a video right now. Okay, America's Day at the Races. Okay, I'm gonna go to this. I'm going to pause this because I don't want to watch the commercial, but you see this settings wheel? If you're on your cell phone, there's 3 dots up in the top right corner. It's the same thing. So you're either looking at the 3 dots in the top right corner, or if you're on your computer, you're looking at this settings wheel. Oh, hold on. I have to go past the commercial. Once I get past the commercial, let me do it. Come on, man. Another ad? Come on. The Gadget Chaser. I'm not chasing any gadgets. Okay, here's what I want. This settings, you see this playback speed? Where I like to watch videos at when I watch other people is 1.5. Because I can still understand, unless somebody speaks horribly unclear. Like my videos, you'll have no problem. If you put it at 1.5, it'll speed up the video, and realize you guys can even do that right now on the live stream. If you guys got here late, you can take this red thing at the bottom, you can rewind to the beginning of the stream, go to settings 1.5, and start watching from the beginning, and you might catch up to where we are in real time because you'll be moving through the rest of the stream much faster. So that's how you get the same amount of information in a faster period of time. That's a good thing to do with a lot of my live streams since a lot of them are 2 hours long. You know, if you do it to 1.5, you're not taking 2 hours to watch it. You're taking an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes. You see what I mean? You're getting the same amount of information much faster. So, Okay, now with regards to basketball, I got kind of a funny feeling about basketball because I want to go against Atlanta today, but there's a part of me that's like, I've had this thought since yesterday. I'm like, I want to go against Atlanta, but God, if Atlanta beats me, I'm going to go jump off a bridge because I'm going to go against Atlanta. See, I doubted the 62 thing in game one, and I don't know why I did. There was no reason for me to doubt the 62 thing in game one with Philly and Atlanta because that 62 just killed through the whole New York series. Hawks 62, from game one to the end, it was all 62, and then they advanced on June 2nd. And then remember, Philly was 6-1 against the Hawks in the playoffs coming into this series. They lost game one, so they became 6-2. The one thing that's different tonight is Philly and Atlanta are both 5-2 in the playoffs. So whoever wins tonight is 6-2. It's the first time that the 62 ritual can play either way, but so far they've played all for the Hawks where they've come up. So Embiid has an awesome riddle to win tonight. To me, it looks like the best riddle on the board outside of the 62 pattern. And a part of me thinks Philly is going to win the series 4-1 in tribute to Kobe Bryant. Kobe from Philly. We know Kobe Bryant's 41, dead at 41. Kobe 75, 75th NBA season. So I think if Atlanta loses tonight, I think they're done. I don't think they're going to win again. If Atlanta wins tonight, they're probably still done. They're probably not going to win another game. That's kind of how I see it. They could go down 4-1 or 4-2. 76ers is 42. I'm going to continue to decode each game, but that's just my thought. It feels like a lot of this really has to do with Embiid. Again, remember, game one of this series was 82 days after Embiid's birthday. These teams hadn't met in the playoffs since 82, which was 39 years ago. And then Embiid scored 39 in game one. Remember, last game he set the Philly record with 40 points scored. When you read out 40, it's 84. Like Joel Embiid, it was 84 days after his birthday. Okay. So basketball, the date numerology today, 58, 22, 13, 38, 17. By the way, I missed something with Chris Paul in the last game, you guys. Chris Paul became 58 and 58 in the playoffs in that last game, right before the eclipse. We like the Suns to win, so it didn't matter. But I was like, no wonder, 58 and 58. That makes too much sense. The sun, the nearest star, right? Playing for the Suns. He's got the 5-6 birthday on the 56 team where the finals start on the 56th date. Cardinals are putting that Cubs in a hole, so we'll see. Again, we weren't playing that game, but we're just watching to see if the 36 could matter, because if it matters, it seems like the Cubs should win today. It's still not over, but again, I'm gonna observe if 36s matter on Friday. And it's weird how some of the days of the week the gematria seems to matter and others not. It's like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Okay, so anyway, 58, 22, 13, the 6 prime, this is the date numerology, lesser date numerology of 38. If both away teams won today in the postseason, if Phoenix would be one of them, but if Philadelphia wins and the Suns, if they both win today, away teams are 3-8, right? And we know Colorado, the 38th state. So if both away teams win today, you'd have that 38 thing. And the last game's in Colorado, 38 land. So it's the 162nd day of the year. Remember, Major League Baseball's 162. Baseball's 162. The first game of today, Atlanta-Philly, comes right after the Atlanta-Philly baseball series ended. And game one of that series was a real beauty for us. Game two should have been a beauty. I think for people who stayed on for the stream, I think a lot of people won on game two as well once we had the very surface level observation that I should have seen at the beginning of that stream. But again, remember game two of that. Oh, here, let's just go through the whole baseball Philly-Atlanta series in case you forgot. We saw that game one of the baseball series, which was going on while these teams were playing in the playoffs, game one of that baseball series was the day of game two of this basketball series, Philly-Atlanta. Game one of the baseball series, game two of this series was on the 55 date numerology. 76ers equals 55, and Atlanta upset Philly, making it 5-5 for those teams against each other for the year. You know what? By Philadelphia winning the series with the next two games, they became 7-5 against Atlanta in the 75th NBA season. Kobe is 75. That just went into my brain. Is Kobe also 21? Kobe is also 21. Maybe that's what they did. So Philly right now is 7-5 against Atlanta in baseball, right? And they won the series 2-1. And what I was thinking was going to happen, though, is that Snitker, the Atlanta manager, I thought they would take 2 or 3 because Snitker could have got his 383rd win, the 76th prime, and he could have stayed on 347 losses, the 69th prime. And remember, he got that 347th loss on June 9th, which made too much sense. Shout out to the caller who called in at the stream. He's like, Zach, aren't you seeing the 347, 69 on 69? I said, oh my God, man, you're... Thank God you called in with that. I said, that's probably what happens today. That just makes too much sense. And then that's what happened. Because at first, at the beginning of the stream, I was just hunting for 39s, which played really well that day. But we saw that the Phillies pitcher could have got his 39th loss because Eclipse was 39, but then Eclipse was also 69. And then that made a lot more sense on 6-9 with the 347th loss. So that's what they did. But then Philly took the series 2-1. And... it is weird, though, how the manager of Atlanta could have got the 383rd win, the 76th prime against the 76ers. But okay, and don't forget, Embiid wears 21, right? So, and there was one more thing with Embiid in 75. Okay, so anyway, I'm just saying that today now they're playing on the 162nd day of the year. And again, baseball, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, 162. And Major League Baseball is 162, just like the 162-game season. So, what are the odds that after we have this baseball ritual, Game 3 is on this day? Philly just did take that series 2-1. If Philly won today on the back of Embiid, who has the perfect riddle to win in Atlanta, they'll be 2-1 in the series. Today's 171 days after the season began, the 18th triangular number. It's also the 172nd day of the season. Home teams come into today 30-22. That's what we expected. The trouble is it sets up a little bit of a this or that. Is it going this way or that way? Home teams right now are 8-1 in the second round, and that's something I'm glad we're keeping track of because think about it from the away team perspective. By the Clippers losing last night, they made away teams 1-8, right? And they did it at Utah, the Jazz. Jazz is 18 forwards and backwards. So if the away teams both win today, they can get to 3-8 in Colorado, where we know a lot of 38 stuff goes down. Again, Colorado, the 38th state with the strong 38 connection. And as I say that, who were the Rockies? The Rockies must be playing someone today. Who are the Rockies playing? They're not playing. Okay, maybe they start their series tomorrow and play Monday. Or never mind, they're playing the Reds. That's right. We were thinking the Rockies go down to the Reds. You know what's interesting about that? If the Rockies do go down to the Reds tonight in this 6-2 ritual, is again just the Reds have that 26 connection, like Phoenix and like Suns. Okay. Close some stuff there. Oh, did I ever look at the Dodgers and the Rangers interleague play? I want to make sure I looked at everything. Hold on, let me go back and check that out real quick. I'm not sure I got to that. I might have been talking about the Skull and Bones too much. The Rangers and interleague play are 1-9. Oh, I must have, because I was saying if they got swept, they'd get to 1-12. If they won 1 out of 3, is Dodger Stadium 2-11? It is. If they won 1 out of the 3, they'd be 2-11. That Dodger Stadium 2-11 thing, I've seen that before. Oh, funny. The Dodgers can get to 8-5 in interleague play, and Kershaw can get to 8-5 for this season. We were talking about the Templar thing. It's his 85th day of his age. Huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't think we saw that before though. The Dodgers can get to 8-5, and Kershaw can get to 8-5. Okay. Close this too. Close this also. All right. Okay. Back to basketball. So home teams 8-1 in the second round. And if they both lost tonight, they would be 3-8 or 8-3. Colorado is 83-38. If both away teams, that would be Philly and the Suns winning tonight. If they both win on the road, you get this 3-8, 8-3 thing in Colorado. But the trick is, if both home teams won tonight, you'd get the 31st win from Atlanta, 31 on the 11th, 31 the 11th prime. And then that would shut up the possibility of Denver getting the 32nd win, because remember, Denver's 31 in the reverse reduction, 32 in the most pure cipher. So that's why it's a little bit this or that. But if both away teams won, what's interesting about that is the Nuggets, well, neither home team would win tonight, and home teams would stay on 30 wins. Nuggets is 30. And if both home teams lost tonight, it would become 30-24. It'd be the 54th playoff game. The away teams would have 24 wins. What I see in that is when you write out the sun in the most pure cipher, it's 24, like 24 hours in a day. Sun in the most simple cipher is 54. And remember, I'm having trouble going against the Suns in any way tonight, because if they win, they're 9-3 versus the Nuggets in the playoffs. We know that's the big number with the sun. They say it's 93 million miles away. Nuggets is 93 in the most simple cipher. These two games on both sides of the eclipse with the Nuggets and the Suns. So I'm having a tough time going against the Nuggets, regardless of the home and away records. The Philly Atlanta game, to me, the 6-2 can go for the Hawks. But here, let's go over the rest of the stats. Series is tied 1-1. Again, if the 76ers do win, they'd be 2-1. 76ers is 21. Kobe's 21. Embiid, the star player, 21. Atlanta's 2-0 at home. If Atlanta loses, they'd be 2-1 at home in the playoffs. That's for this year's playoffs. They're 2-0 at home. 76ers 21. Again, Phillies just beat the Braves 2-1 in the series. Atlanta for the season is 46-33. They're 27-11 at home. You can make an argument for them to stay on the 11 home losses on the 11th. 76ers, and again, both teams are 5-2 in the playoffs. Hawks, I don't know why I didn't write there. Hawks equals 62. Hawks have taken advantage of 3 62 rituals in the playoffs so far. Okay. And then the 76ers do have a chance to become 6-2 against the Hawks. So it's the first time that a Hawks 62 ritual can go either way. That's the one thing that's different about tonight. The 76ers are 1-1 away, so if they won, they'd be 2-1 away as well. And again, just Embiid, Mr. 21. The 76ers are 54-25 for the season. 21-17 away. I suppose Hawks is 17 if they stayed on it. And again, right now the 76ers are 7-2 all-time in the playoffs versus the Hawks. 1-1 in this series, obviously. If they got to 8-2, that's a basketball number. Bryant's 82. Pro basketball's 82. Normally the 82-game season. Whoops. I just did the wrong thing. Let's make sure we're not missing a number here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. In reverse, Hawks is 73. So if the 76ers lost, they would be 7-3. Hawks got the 73. Hawks also got the 28. The Hawks' next win is 28. Man, oh man, that's tough. If the Hawks win tonight, they'd get their 28th home win of the season, right? They'd become 6-2, and they'd make Philly 7-3 all time in the playoffs against them. So you'd hit 3 out of the 4 Hawks ciphers. You'd hit 3 out of 4. 6-2, 7-3, 28. I want to make a note about that. If Hawks win tonight, Philly falls to 7-3 in playoffs versus Hawks. Hawks improve to 6-2 in playoffs for season, and Hawks pick up 28th home win of the year. I mean, that is pretty interesting. It would be the 31st home win, the 11th prime. That would set up the door for Denver to beat Phoenix with the home records because they could get that 32, which Denver likes. But man, I can't get myself to go against the Suns 9-3 thing. That's the big Sun number is 93. Okay. Okay, so again, the 62 stuff that's happened for the Hawks so far. Game 1, Hawks-Knicks, was 293 days after McMillan's birthday. The Hawks coach, which is the 62nd prime, and the Knicks picked up their 62nd home playoff loss of all time, losing Game 1 to the Hawks. Remember, we thought Hawks would steal 2 of the first 3. They did. They won the series 4-1. The Hawks advanced over the Knicks on 6-2. So did Philly. And then the first game of the series against Philly came in 6-1 against the Hawks and lost and became 6-2. So 62 been playing well for the Hawks in the playoffs. They can get to 6-2 in the playoffs. And now it's really dawning on me how if the Hawks do win, all of this stuff comes through. 28, 62, 73, all Hawks values. 28th home win of the year. 6-2 in this year's playoffs. Dropping Philly to 7-3 all time against the Hawks. So, 76ers are 203 and 193 all time versus the Hawks. If they don't lose any more games this year, they'd stay on that 193. Atlanta Hawks is 193. So 76ers would have to take the rest of the series. Things like this can be hit and miss, though. I have seen so many series end on a symbolic number for one team, but not always. Sometimes it goes right past it. So, can't put too much weight there, but it is an observation. Philly is 3-2 for the season against the Hawks. They're 0-1 away. It is the 11th of the month, so they could get to 1-1 on the 11th. If Philly won, they'd be 4-2 for the season. 76ers is 42. If they lost, they'd be 3-3. ATL's 33 on the 33rd parallel. So a lot of teeter-totter stuff with this game tonight. The 76ers all-time playoff record, they are 234 and 221, 84 and 146 away. That's the number for tonight since they're away. The Hawks are 113 and 67 at home, 162 and 209 overall. Again, they're on 162 wins on the 162nd day of the year. 163 is the 38th prime. You got the lesser date numerology at 38. But yeah, just right after the baseball thing just makes me wonder. And then Embiid, man, if he wins tonight, he's 15 and 15 in the playoffs. That's Atlanta in the most pure cipher 15. He's 5-9 away in the playoffs. So if he won, he'd be 6-9 away. Atlanta 69 in the most simple cipher. And Tobias Harris, if he won tonight, he would become 5-5 away. 76ers 55. We just saw that play in the baseball series. He could get his 13th away win on the 13-date numerology, and could stay on 15 losses in Atlanta 15 land. So, yeah, to me, this game's a bit of a headache. If you're putting together multiple parlay cards, I mean, you can get on both sides of this game if you want to do that, or you can just skip it all together. You're going to have value either way because the game is close. If the Hawks won, they would be the better value because they are a slight dog. But, yeah, I can't commit on this game. I'll tell you what, though. If Philly does win the game and blows up that potential Hawks 28-62-73 thing, to me, that gives me a lot more faith in the Suns, who I'm sticking with the Suns tonight. I'm sticking with the 9-3 thing with the Suns. But I will be a little bit worried about the Suns if the Hawks win the first game, just because I know Denver loves 32. Denver does equal 31 and 32, and maybe that's what would happen. Maybe if the Hawks won, it would just stay on 31 home wins on the 11th because 31's the 11th prime, and Denver does have the 31 connection, but the better Denver number is 32. And if the Hawks do win the first game tonight, it opens up the possibility that the home team Denver could get the 32nd home win as well. I suppose at the same time, Colorado's 83, the 23rd prime. You could get the 23rd away win. But yeah, still in this next game, the thing that screams to me is the 93. 93 connects to the Sun because science says it's 93 million miles away. Nuggets 93. Suns in the finals in 93. But here we'll go over it each bit. Suns got the better value tonight because they're slight dogs. Let me make sure I shouldn't be seeing something with the ESPN numbers tonight. This is an ESPN doubleheader tonight. Hold on. 76ers are on 54 wins. ESPN is 54. Remember, ESPN's 54 forwards and backwards and 18 forwards and backwards. And if you have the ESPN app, if you don't have it, it's free to download. But if you look down at the bottom of the ESPN app where it says scores, it's always the same graphic. It says scores and with 7-9. That's what it says. It says scores 79. That's just always the graphic if you want to check sports scores. But look at it, you guys, in the most simple cipher. Scores is 79, right? Just like Society of Jesus is 79. And then ESPN's 54, 18. Those are the Jesuit numbers. Jesuit Order 54, IHS 18. IHS is 18 like Sun is 18. Like Sun is 54. The Jesuit logo is the Sun. Did you guys see Devin Booker scored 18 points in the game the night before the eclipse? But 76ers, they could stay parked on those 54 wins. All right, make sure I didn't miss anything there. Hold on. Was there an 18 up there? Well, they could get that 18th away loss too, couldn't they? And yeah, it's only that way for the 76ers. Yeah, this first game is not easy, man. If the Hawks win, though, I'm going to be like, God, I'm a moron, man. Why am I doubting the 62? Again, the reason I have a slight doubt about tonight is just because it can go either way. And I really feel like it's about Embiid right now. I just do. So his riddle's so good, so you guys can do what you want with this game, but to me it feels dangerous. Feels dangerous here. Okay, the Suns and the Nuggets. Denver's next win is 52. Phoenix Suns is 52 when you run it in reverse because it's 26-26, right? So we're talking about how the Suns could sweep this series and close it out on a Sunday. But there is a narrative there for Denver to get one more win. And to me, it would make more sense if they stayed alive on Sunday, just because if they won today, it would blow up the 9-3 ritual, which I don't think they're going to blow that up. I just don't. They can get their 13th home loss today on the 13-date numerology. The Nuggets can. They're 4-4 in the playoffs. I suppose that ESPN thing you could think about. Sun is 54. If Denver does lose tonight, though, they can pick up their 30th loss of the season, and Suns can become 3-0 in the series. Nuggets is 30 in the most pure cipher. If both home teams lose tonight, which is possible, home teams will stay on 30 wins. And was it that these teams met 30 years ago in the playoffs and it was 3-0? Hold on. Is that what it was? Nuggets, Suns playoff record, real GM. It's not the way I want it. Playoff. I think I need head-to-head here. Wow, it's raining outside. It hasn't rained in a minute. All right, hold up. Suns. Where else does Suns show up? 89. Oh, yeah, it was 32 years ago. 32 years ago. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo, like the Dodgers won their first World Series in 32 years over the Rays. Hey, by the way, you know how LeBron was 14-0 in the first round and he got closed out in the Super 14 ritual on the 14-date numerology? Somebody pointed out something about this. Have you ever looked at the Suns logo? If you look at their logo, these spikes coming off of it, so around the ball you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spikes, right? And then off the back, these ones trailing out, you got 5 more spikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means there's 14 spikes coming off the Suns logo. Isn't that interesting? End 14 on the 14-date numerology. The Lakers score 14 points in the first quarter. LeBron has 14 at halftime as his 14-0 streak in the first round snaps. But, yeah, didn't catch that about the Suns 14 logo. Okay, so anyway, coming back to this. You do have a big 30 ritual if Denver goes down tonight. 30th loss, 3-0 hole, Nuggets 30 in the most pure cipher. The Suns are 6-2 in the playoffs, 4-1 at home, 2-1 away. So tonight's the away record that matters. Denver does equal 31. 31, 11th prime, 11th of month. And Phoenix does have a chance at the 58th win on the 58-date numerology. Remember, star is 58. And could be symbolic. The sun, the star, 93 million miles away, they say. And they can become 9-3 versus the Nuggets. Again, they began the series 6-3. Right now, they're 8-3 versus the Nuggets. 1 win away from 9-3. And that's the thing that screams out to me. Everything else I just want to close my eyes to. So, Suns are 106-87 all-time against Denver. If they win the series 108-87, maybe something with the Catholic Church there because the game's coming up on Sunday, right? If you're at the Catholic Church, it's 87, and the 108 thing is the geometry thing, 108 prayer beads in the Catholic Church, the eclipse 108 thing. These teams playing around the eclipse. So, yeah, maybe if it's a sweep. Let me look at actually one more thing in Suns' record. They're 4-1 at home, 2-1 away. It could be a Kobe Bryant thing, man. Remember, Devin Booker and Trae Young had that 81 combined point ritual in tribute to Kobe. Remember in that game where he scored 81, the rest of his team scored 41. But if they take both, they'll be 4-1 away. They'd be 8-2 in the playoffs if they did that as well. Bryant is 82. Kobe Bryant's 41. Here's something else I need to check. Remember how they synced up? Remember how synced up the last game was with Pope Francis? Their next win is 58, and today does have the 58-date numerology. But Pope Francis in the most pure cipher is 59, the 59th election was synced up with Pope Francis 46 weeks after his birthday. And then, again, Phoenix has that 46 Catholic thing, too, because Phoenix is 46 like Catholic. But hold on, let's double check this with Pope Francis and see what he's got going on today, if this makes any sense. December 17th is his birthday. He turned 84, like Arizona's 84. Okay, so today is his 177th day of his age. The Jesuit order is 177. Devin Booker is also 177. So it's 177th day of Pope Francis's age. And that means that the game on Sunday, 2 days from now, is his 179th day of his age, which is the 41st prime, and they do have a chance to go 4-1 away. They'd get their 28th away win in that game if they won today and Sunday and swept them. They'd get their 59th win in their 82nd game, the Suns. That's kind of interesting because Black Mamba is 59 and Bryant is 82. Okay, but yeah, again, if the Suns do win today, 9-3 versus the Nuggets. Nuggets 93 in the most simple. Again, I keep saying the same thing over and over, but that's what I keep coming back to. And Denver this year is 2-3 versus the Suns, 0-1 at home. They do have a chance to get to 1-1 on the 11th of the month. We did learn that there's the 11-year cycle of the sun. If Denver did win, they would be 3-3 this year versus the Suns. Nuggets has the 33 and the reverse reduction. If the Suns win the next two games, though, they could become 5-2 versus Denver. Phoenix Suns 52. And you know what else? On a Sunday, possibly in tribute to Pope Francis, Pope 52, the 52 weeks of the calendar year based on the sun. So, again, I'm just looking at the bigger picture here, and I'm thinking, yeah, the closeout on Sunday, that's only possible if they win tonight for the 9-3 ritual. It's 224 days after Devin Booker's age. The Society of Jesus is 224. The divisors at 84 add up to 224. They could fall to 8-4 versus the Nuggets, but to me that's not as interesting as the 9-3. He's 6-14 versus the Nuggets. He's 3-8 away is Booker. And, if he lost today, he'd be 3-9. If you use the rule with S, Nuggets is 39. Arizona's 39. It's not in Arizona. If he wins the next two, though, he's 5-8 away. Pope Francis 58, possibly on the Sunday. And then today is 36 days after Chris Paul's birthday, 37th day of his age. Oh, excuse me. He came into that game with the Eclipse thing 58-58, but he won, so then he became 59-58. But still, just the fact that he was 58-58 coming into that game. If he does not lose today, he stays on 58 losses on the 58 date numerology. He's 17-37 away. Again, ESPN, this game's on ESPN. ESPN's 18 forwards and backwards, and it feels like it's the Chris Paul show right now. His next away loss is 38, the Colorado number. So I guess we do got to pay mind to that. But really, if the Suns are going to lose one, I think it's more likely that they lose on Sunday. Because it doesn't feel like they can break up this 9-3 ritual. It doesn't. It does not. He's 9-11 in Game 3. He can become 10-11, 11th a month. Chris Paul's 31-25 versus Denver. If he got his 32nd win today, Denver 32 could get that 33rd win on Sunday. Nuggets and Sunday 33. By the way, the name Chris is 33, which is a biblical name because it's taken from Christ. Just missing the cross at the end or the T. Jokic, today is his 113th day of his age, the 30th prime. Home teams are on 30 wins, Nuggets 30. It's 253 days for his upcoming birthday, the 22nd triangular number. We know what's up with 113 in the NBA. And Jokic, 15-7 versus the Suns for his career. 7-3 at home. If he did lose today, he'd be 7-4. Denver, Colorado's 174. Or what did I just say? Denver, Colorado's 74. Could fall to 7-4 in Denver. Colorado's also 83. And then Monty Williams, does have a chance at his 11th loss on the 11th of the month. If he won, he'd be 9-10, 9-1-0. Remember, Phoenix is 91, just like how he got his 91st all-time win with Phoenix in the last game in Phoenix. So there's several ways to look at that. And the other thing is about the coaches. The coaches haven't really been where the Riddles have been at. It's mostly been through the star players. But when the Suns do win this series, and they very well should, he will get his 93rd win. He will get his 93rd win. Nuggets 93. All this Sun business. And that put him in the Western Conference Finals where we thought they were going to be before the season began, right? Mike Malone, 20-21 in the playoffs in the year 2021. Suns does have that 73 connection, doesn't it? 73, the 21st prime. I better write it down just in case. And don't forget, if the Suns do win tonight and get to 9-3, and because we know that they synced up remember how synced up the last game was with the Pope with the Super 175 ritual? He is Mr. 201, Pope Francis. And the Suns could close out the Nuggets on Sunday as long as they win tonight. So, again, the best thing to me going for Denver is the just the overall home records. If Atlanta wins tonight and Denver win, get that 32nd home win. So I don't like basketball as much today as I did the last 2 days. And again, just part of it is this 76ers Hawks game is messing with my head because I know that 62 is killing for the Hawks, and they have it there tonight. It's just that it feels like the series is really about Embiid. I guess it doesn't mean he has to win every game. He had an awesome ritual in the first game, and he still lost that game. But again, I wish sports weren't... Well, if sports weren't rigged, Vegas would lose a lot of money because everybody would just bet on the 76ers and they'd sweep the Hawks if it was real. I mean, when you watch this 76ers... Have you guys been watching this series? The 76ers are massive compared to the Hawks. It's not even comparable. They are such a much bigger team. At literally every position, they're bigger. Basketball is a game of size. Anyone who played basketball, a smaller team, I don't care how well they shoot. They can't beat a bigger team. They cannot. Not in real life. But we know it's all scripted, so do the Hawks do another 6-2 special? I'm leaving it up to you guys on this game. The Hawks win, it'll be the... If the Hawks win tonight and they keep moving on, anytime 62 is coming up, I just couldn't doubt it anymore, but... the one thing is Embiid, man. Embiid has a really... It's just amazing the way it lines up for Embiid tonight, too. It's like, And then the one thing that's different about that 62 is... the Philly could also pick it up and become 6-2 doing it against the Hawks. But, there was a lot there. So, that other thing I just wrote down, where did I write it at? Right here. This thing right here. If the Hawks did win tonight, Philly would fall to 7-3 in the playoffs versus the Hawks. Hawks would improve to 6-2 for the year, and they'd get their 28th home win. That's 3 of the 4 values of Hawks playing at home. So... Again, baseball, the baseball games we went over, I think there's a good group there. I am going to ride with the Suns tonight, even though there is a little bit of risk. It's that 9-3 thing just gets me. Somebody out there is going, what about 8-4, the big Jesuit number? Yeah, it's true, but I mean, I just feel like it's more about the sun, the sun. just like how they're doing these 2 games around the eclipse. So we'll see. We will see. But also, just because this stream's already long, because we went all over all the baseball games, I'm going to do a little bit of calls, but I don't want to stay on here for a lot with the calls. So let's take some calls, but again, let's be efficient with it. And let me get the line open here. Is the number on the screen 509-560-4982. And the line is now open. So if you have a great observation about tonight's games that I'm overlooking, great time to share that. I suppose I didn't pay attention to what was going on in the NHL tonight. One thing I didn't look at. But yeah, I don't even want to try to jump in the NHL thing because I haven't followed it all this year. I guess I could look. Wow, why does this game start so early? What? Did this game... Oh, no, it doesn't. It's not today. Never mind. There's no NHL game today. 7:02?
Zach, what up?
Hey, man.
Let me see if I can help you with this Atlanta game. Okay. You remember, man, I'm the Friday guy. I'm the 18 guy. I always hit the 18s on Friday.
Okay.
So we look at it. ESPN has 18 in both.
Right.
And the game is on ESPN.
Right. Both games on ESPN. Right.
Yeah. And usually when there's an 18 on both games, only one hit. And it's usually that team that would be playing on a Sunday. Like their next game was on a Sunday, that team that's going to try to get an 18 will win. And will be playing on a Sunday because Sun has the 18. Now, the next game between the Sixers and Atlanta is on Monday. And Monday has that 17 and it has a 15 with the Moon. And
wait, hold on. 17 with I don't know anything about 17 in the Moon.
No. I said 27 and 15.
27 for Monday.
27 and the 15 because Monday's 27.
Right.
Moon has the 15.
Right.
And also, let me just double.
Well, were you going to make this point then that the 76ers can get their 18th away loss on ESPN?
Yes, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
The Sixers can get their 18th away loss, and let me just double check there. Let me go back to.
I know you're correct about that. They can get. I have that in the notes. They can get their 18th away loss on ESPN.
But let me just make sure. Zach, hold on. And also, Moon has a 21.
Yeah.
They will stay on 21. They'll stay on 21 away wins going into Monday if they lose today.
I guess that would make sense because we do see the 21.
Be playing against,
yeah. Okay.
They also be playing against the 15 team on Monday, which is Atlanta Hawks. And Monday has a 61-day numerology, which could give the Sixers their 19th away loss.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, and you got to play. I know I really do play the networks. So this game is on ESPN. The next game is going to be on TNT. And, TNT has the 18 and 9.
Well, I hear everything you're saying, and then that would also follow the Hawks 62 pattern that they've been really good with. I'm a little bit nervous about the Embiid thing, though. He has such a nice alignment for a win, but I hear everything you're saying, and
and Monday also.
Go ahead.
Monday also has a 72. That'll also give the Hawks a chance to go 7-2.
Okay,
Monday,
I hear what you're saying.
7,
Yeah.
9 and 27.
I hear what you're saying. Okay.
And we all know reflection of 18 is 81, and that's upset.
Yeah. So, I mean, all that makes a lot of sense. And the Hawks, that Hawks pattern with the three things, the 28, 62, 73 that can all play for him tonight really does stand out. I might be a little bit stubborn by not going with the Hawks, so I hear what you're saying. You're going with the Hawks tonight, and I hear all the logic behind it. So,
but also, they're on 27 home wins in the playoffs. They could stay on 27 home wins going on the Monday, which is 27.
Who has 27? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying their overall season record. Atlanta on the 27.
Yeah, you had the the 2 home wins they got with the Knicks in the playoffs.
Right.
Right now the Hawks are 27-11.
Right.
Home, and today is the 11th. They could stay on 11 losses and win today.
Yep.
And then also Monday is the 14th. They can, let me just double check. 14. No, there's no 14. No, there's no 14 there. No, there's no 14. But they would be Monday's the 14th, and they would man, they could stay on 43 wins. Isn't that the 14th prime?
43 is the 14th prime. Mm-hmm.
No, the Hawks got 40, 45, 46 wins. So 40.
They're 46 and 33 right now for the year, 27 and 11 at home.
Right.
Your ESPN thing, the ESPN thing is interesting tonight because if the 76ers lose, they stay on 54 wins. ESPN's 54 forwards and backwards and 18 forwards and backwards, and they could also get their 18th away loss. So.
Yep, and they'll stay on 21, and we know Moon has 21 and 15.
Mm-hmm. I hear everything you're saying. I hear everything you're saying. I might be tempted to do a card tonight with the Hawks because they have a little bit more value and they do have a riddle, but I'd be anxious about it. So, yeah.
And, look at it, Zach. It's the 11th. They could stay on 11 home losses if they win tonight.
Yeah, that's true. And they would get the 31st home win of the playoffs, the 11th prime, if they won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, also they can go into Monday and stay on 27 home wins. That's the thing.
Yeah, I hear it all.
ESPN 18 hits, especially on Friday. It hits.
Okay. It all makes sense to me. I hear all your logic behind it. So, yeah, I'm watching for that.
I would feel better if the game was on Sunday, though. The next game was on Sunday because Sunday has a 18 and a 21 also. On the Sun Cipher.
I see.
I felt better if the game was on Sunday.
All right.
Sun has 9 and 18.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Great observations. I'm going to let the next one get in, but good work. Thank you.
All
right, take care. Michigan?
Hey.
Michigan.
I want to say, hey, can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I want to say, man, you're on fire right now. You're killing it. I made $9,000 yesterday.
But that's a lot of money to make in a day. Don't go blowing it all, man. Let's keep building it. So.
No, yeah, you did some strong decodes. That Vegas game was hell scripted. When you look at the final score of 36, they got their 36 playoff win. They stayed on 24 losses. I actually looked at a deco earlier today in the Cubs game, and I think the Cubs are going to win. That 36-27 looks good, but there were some other points in there that were, pointing strong towards them. And it was, that StatMuse is a beast because, they have a 98-89 record on Fridays.
Wait, what did you type in for that stat? How did you find that stat?
Dude, you can type in everything like that. Like, you could type in what's their home record. I'll look at, what's their home record all time on Fridays, what's their home record all time. I'll look for different clues, and then if I see a lot of syncing up, then that'll point in the direction. So the riddle points strongly in the direction. Definitely consider the 36 wins and the 99 wins at home on Fridays for the Cubs.
Okay, I got to figure out how to type it. That's the thing about StatMuse. You got to figure out how to type it in correctly for it to pull up the data. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you another example. Like yesterday, when the Rockies played the Marlins, I was heavy on the Marlins because the Rockies had a 222 game won on the road, and Miami had 221. So you know how they like to match everything. And your Atlanta pick that you're leaning towards today looks solid because Atlanta's coming in on Fridays on the road versus Miami 16-17.
I
they
see.
can match that up and get their 17th win on the road against Miami.
I see.
And then Charlie Morton on Fridays, he's 18-20. And then he's 8-12 on the road though on Fridays. So you can get real deep as far as like how and then do the comparisons like Alcantara, like he's 3-5, like on the season. Or I'm sorry, on Fridays. So he's 3-5 on Fridays. So there's where that 3-6 comes into play.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting creative with it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that a lot more. So,
like it'll open it up, but then like you said, in your calls, whatever you start to see leans towards the strongest point is where you start to know. So like I'm able to start looking at numbers, like even with the Cubs, if you look at it, all time on I think it was all time for the Cards on Fridays, they were 651 wins and 789 losses. And if they lose today, that could get them their 790th loss. So if you look at 79, that's the 22nd prime.
Okay. Interesting.
Drop to 0. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff, man. But no, keep it up, man. Like I said, yesterday was crazy. But in the Yankees, if they would have held on, that would have been another 6 games.
Yeah, the one risk with the Yankees was that 37 thing. Yeah, the 37 thing.
Well, I was. Yeah, and you're right about that because I was never 100% on them. It was them in the Oakland Athletics. And when I was breaking that down, I was like, because what's the name, Minor? If you didn't know, yesterday he was 10-10 on Fridays. So that's where he got that 11-10.
I see.
And he was 2-5 against the Athletics, and the Athletics at home on Thursdays they were 18-5. That's probably why they didn't win.
I see.
Against Kansas City.
I see.
So you can break it down, like you said, as much as that, but it gives you more information to figure out which way they're trying to go with it.
Yeah. Well, very, very interesting, and you're right, man. We can get creative on this stat muse. So yeah, good thoughts there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, keep it up, man.
All right, yeah, you too. Take care. See you. $9,000 yesterday, man. That's a lot of money. Buy a car. Actually, you can buy a big plot of land in Ecuador. I just learned. You can buy acres in Ecuador for $9,000. What's up, 347? What's up?
This is a general thing about sports. Since the fires in Utah and the drought in Arizona, I saw a story today talking about this is the worst drought in the West since in 12,000 years. Did you get a chance to see that story?
I saw that up on CNN's page. The drought is in Utah, but there's fires in Arizona and Utah.
But they say the whole West Coast
has an overall drought, right? But Utah's, I'm just saying Utah's been getting the headlines for the drought because last weekend the governor asked them to pray for rain. So.
And plus Nevada gets their water up from Utah and Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking about the sports. Look at the sports teams: the Phoenix, Utah, and you got the Golden Knights in hockey. And another thing I'm thinking about that Punk video of them in the desert and all that other stuff. So
true.
So I'm thinking that what was the connection with the drought, the weather, and these sports teams? What's the symbolism of it? Of this Utah and Phoenix and the Golden Knights? I know we done talked about it in the past, but I want to see can we really pinpoint where they're going with this weather thing?
Well, I mean, we know it all ties in with it. We said there'd be severe weather crap this year because it's Agenda 21, so they got to pound the message home in 2021. But, yeah, the desertification of the earth. You're right, a lot of teams that are from the desert region. So, yeah, I'll think more about that. There is something there.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make a big point with that since it was going on with the weather, and you look at the teams that got a good chance to get to the championship in their sports. And I was thinking about one more thing. This is baseball enough about Milwaukee. This is 21. Ain't Milwaukee Brewers something about Milwaukee is 21? Is there something about Milwaukee Brewers is 21 or something? Oh, I might be wrong. Is it?
Let me check. I know it's not 21. I know Milwaukee's 37. I'm seeing if they have a 7. Oh, they're 73, the 21st prime. That's what they are. Milwaukee Brewers 73, the 21st prime.
Cause I remember like a couple of years ago, Derek did a video about. He said the Brewers are like the moon team. There's something about the moon and the Twins. So I'm thinking that if anybody out there, they should put money on the Twins to win their division. They win that Central Division. So I think they'll probably win that division. This is 21. If they're the moon team, that's all I want. Put that out there. I think it might be some good odds for them to win that division. Why they still plus money right now? I think they're like at plus 135 or plus 150 some books. So the community can look into that.
Okay, but you're saying Minnesota's to win the division?
I don't remember. I mean, Milwaukee Brewers to win the National League Central.
Okay, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, because in 21 with the moon connection. 21.
Yeah, okay. and then their moon team, whatever.
Okay. All right, yeah. I see what you're saying there. I'll look more into that.
Okay, all
Appreciate
right,
it, man. Have a good one. Atlanta?
Hey, Zach, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
All right, so I got one thing about game with Michael Porter Jr. It is 18 days until his birthday, and if you write in him on the Gematria thing, he equals 81 in the most pure ciphers. And, you know, Venus is 81 and 18.
Okay.
He's also let me see. He's also 4-2 against the Suns right now, and his old Suns career record as well. So if he does help, I guess the Nuggets win, that'll put him at 5-2 overall, and help the Suns try to help the Nuggets try to carry on that. I guess over into Sunday to the Sunday's game. Hopefully I'm explaining that correctly to you.
Okay. Today's 347 days after his birthday, 69th prime. Yeah, he's one of the better players on the Nuggets, but yeah, I'm not going to go against the Suns' 93 ritual tonight. So.
Right. I feel you on that. I feel you. I was just going to like try to put that out there to try to see if that helped any.
Yeah, it's possible. He has the same birthday as Kawhi Leonard, it looks like. So. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. I appreciate the observation.
That's all I got for it.
All right. Thanks, man. See you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't go against the Suns 93 thing. I don't like the way the home and away records line up today. But let's see. 407.
Yo, Zach, it's Jay Tama. I noticed a stat during watching the last Suns game. It was interesting. It showed Chris Paul's assist to turnover ratio. It said he was averaging 8.1 assists to 1.4 turnovers, and that was a ratio of 5.7 to 1, I believe it said.
5.7 to 1?
Yeah. Like the 57 championship number.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I think Chris equals 57 too. Let me see.
Or that could be it as well.
Yeah, Chris is 57. Yeah.
Also, at the end of the game, they said that when the Suns went up 2-0, that teams that go down 0-2 tend to lose 93% of the time.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Suns 93 million miles, 1993 finals appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was just interesting to point out.
Yeah, they're good observations. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Take care, man.
You too.
Suns are 51 and 88. I don't think I have these stats in here. I can plug this stuff back in the notes because I think I forgot to put in the Suns playoff home and away record and the Nuggets. But yeah, I mean the thing that it's just like I said, man. I like the Suns in the last game because it sets up the 9-3. It feels like that's the right ritual. 747.
Hey, Zach, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Louisiana hot hand here. Two quick things. I've been quiet for a little while. I've been doing a lot of work. Remember I told you about the whole Leonard Fournette thing, how I guaranteed you that Tampa was going to be...
Oh, man. Hey, first of all, let's just stop. Welcome back, man. I'm glad to hear your voice. I know exactly who this is. This is the man in Louisiana. Hey, I told you about those Bucks, man. I told you about those Bucks, but that's okay. You've been money on everything else.
But I got another one for you. I got the other nugget for you. So, of course, they would have the number change thing the year that Tampa can go back and Brady can get number 8 and Fournette can wear 7 this time because, of course, the 28 and 7 thing, prime number go together. So last year, he wins the Super Bowl wearing 28. This year, he'll win the Super Bowl wearing number 7. Perfect. I have Tampa Bay beating the Baltimore Ravens because Brady is going for his 8th Super Bowl, so he's going to get it against number 8.
Ravens is 83.
That,
I see what you did already. Ravens 83.
Hold on. On top of that, it goes deeper than that. If you look at Tom Brady has beaten 7 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. He has beat 4, I hate to say white and black, but 4 whites, and when he beat Lamar, that would be the 4th black QB that he's beat in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
About to get deeper than that. Tom equals 48. So every white quarterback he played in the Super Bowl and beat, if you add their jersey numbers up, you will get 48. 12, 33, 15. Brady equals 31. So when you add up all the numbers to the black quarterback's jersey that he's beat after he beat Jackson is going to equal the 31. So the 48 and the 31 is going to show.
Okay.
Right? So that's Brady, 8-3, winning the Super Bowl, going 8-3, right off in the sunset in California, like I was saying, just like Peyton Manning did against the black quarterback. And he will beat the last 2 season MVPs, the last 2 black season MVPs in back-to-back Super Bowls. All right? So fully locked in on Tampa Bay and the Ravens. Let's talk about this Tennessee move with Julio. Julio went to Foley High School where he wore number 8-2, okay? Long story short, he went to Bama, won his championship with Bama in 08, wearing the number 8. He went to Atlanta. He stayed there for 11 years wearing 11. I told my buddy the other day, I said, I guarantee you he does not take the 11 from Brown. He wears 2 because next year, Tennessee is going to win the Super Bowl. You're going to have the 2-2-2 thing going on. You're going to have Henry with the 2-2, and you're going to have Julio with the 2 Alabama guys. On top of that, Henry will be in his 7th year, the 2-2-7, so they're going to show that. So I'm telling you now, next year, I don't know the opponent, but you can lock in Tennessee to win it because Julio is going to win a college championship wearing number 8. He's going to win his NFL championship wearing number 2. Remember, I said it first.
Tennessee college football, you're saying. Tennessee college football.
No. Titans, baby, Titans.
They're saying they're going to win their division?
No, they're going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait, the Brady Ravens is not this coming Super Bowl, but the next Super Bowl.
No, Brady Ravens is Super Bowl 56. I'm talking about 57. I'm giving you something to work
Oh,
with
57 is Titans.
Tennessee, the Super Bowl that's in Arizona, Tennessee is going to win it because of Julio. Julio won a college championship wearing number 8. He's going to win his NFL championship wearing number 2 because he wore 82 in high school.
I see.
So he got the 8 with Alabama in 08. He's going to get the 2 with Tennessee. And if you put his jersey with Henry's jersey, you get 2-2-2, the 2 Alabama boys.
I see.
On top of that, Henry next year will be in his 7th year, so that's a 2-2-7 ritual thing they're doing too. So Brady in 56 and Tannehill in 57.
I see. Okay, well that's all very interesting.
Yeah.
Man, well here let me just let me tell you my counter thought. Here's my counter thought to what you said. I know there's something with Donald Trump and Tom Brady because it's been going on for years. And Brady's Super Bowl this year was his 45th playoff game, right? That he won the Super Bowl in, 45. So I'm thinking he's not going to the Super Bowl this season. I'm thinking he's going to the next one at age 45 because that'll be the same year that Donald Trump starts his re-election campaign. And the word election is 83, just like the word football, like leap year. Leap year, football, and election are all 83, like Brady's birthday's 83. Plus Brady's 23 in the most pure cipher. And in that 2023 Super Bowl, which is Super Bowl 57, he could get to 8-3 at age 45, and then Trump's re-election campaign would kick off right after that. So I'm not saying you're wrong because you're right about a lot of things, but I have a feeling Brady's going to skip this year and go next year.
But that's why I'm saying, like, with the whole Julio thing, it kind of moved my numbers around also. So I have the Tampa Ravens thing, but I thought about the same
Couldn't
thing.
that be the Super Bowl, though? That could be the Super Bowl. It could be Brady versus the Titans. Julio wouldn't win then, but it could be Brady, because Titans also got that 83.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you something to run with. I just pieced together most of it. I'm giving you something to think about and run with, so we can figure out. But either way it go, it's interchangeable that those two are winning. But this is the thing why I feel like it's the 56 Super Bowl for Brady, because, you know, that's that perfect number. And like I said, it's all about Leonard Fournette. Leonard won it with the 28 last year. He's going to win it with the 7 this year, back-to-back years. Clippers are going to win the championship this year. And it's the same Leonard Fournette narrative that no one is talking about. Everybody's talking about Chris Paul and Ben Simmons and Embiid. Nobody is talking about Rondo. Rondo is wearing number 4 for a reason. He's wearing 4 for a reason. He's not wearing that 9 because the number 4 Clippers are going to go get that first championship, like I've been saying.
Well, you could be right about that.
Back to back.
Do you think it's going to be Clippers in Brooklyn?
No, it's Clippers and Philadelphia. It's all
Philly.
about Tyronn Lue. Remember, Tyronn Lue helped Cleveland win their first championship with LeBron.
Right.
He's going to help the Clippers win their first championship with Kawhi. And Rondo and Kawhi going to get their third championship on their third team together. When they gave us the 2-1-3 with Paul George and Kawhi, I knew within 2 years they were winning a championship. Because the man behind the scenes is Jerry West. And like I said, nobody never pay attention to where Jerry is. He is an executive with the Clippers. So he's in one in the Lakers organization. He's going to win over there with the Clippers. So I'm telling you, it's the number 4 Clippers beating the number 1 Philadelphia 76ers. And the storyline is going to be that Doc couldn't get it done. Ty came straight there and got it done.
That I would not be shocked if the Clippers come back and do something because and the Jerry West is interesting because Kobe's death was perfectly synced up with Jerry West. Kobe died 243 days after the 81st birthday of Jerry West, and Kobe being Bryant's 243 and 81.
Yes,
so.
And Philly and the Clippers, that's going to give you your 41. The same 41 that keeps showing. Number 4 Clippers, number 1 76ers. I can just about guarantee. Once I saw Rondo wear the 4, it reminded me of the Leonard thing from last year. I said, it's the Clippers. It's the Clippers.
Yeah. Hey, remember that? Remember that? That was the best. I still remember last year like it was yesterday. You were saying there's no way the Bucks are going to win. They need an LSU running back, and then boom, Fournette comes over like the next day. I was like, now what? Now what? Now it's making all kinds of sense.
And I was on board when that happened because I remember I was at the auto shop and I called you that morning like, yo, Zach, guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Okay.
But look, last thing. Today's the 11th. I don't know if I missed it on the live show. Somebody may have said it. You might have said it. The other thing that's the low-hanging fruit, the Nuggets are the 3 seed today, and Philly is the 1 seed today, 31 and 11. So I'm thinking either the 3 and the 1 win today or the 3 and the 1 lose today. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I see your observation. That's a good observation.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good observation.
Because the Nuggets are favored today. Keep that in mind. Why would they have the Nuggets favored?
Just like yesterday. Yesterday was like, come on, how's Milwaukee? We liked Milwaukee yesterday, but it's like, how are they going to be the favorite, man? They just got their asses handed to them. So. Yeah.
So that 3 and 1, I think is either way. Is either the 3 and the 1 good today, or the 2 and the 5 good today. That's the way I'm looking at it.
All right, all good observations. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Keep doing it, man. But we don't have it together. We know the basic things for the next two Super Bowls. We'll put it together. And we have to keep in mind, if they let Tom got his Super Bowl, they got to let Bill get his, right? So last thing I want to say, think about this. I call Mac Jones the number 7 quarterback because if you think about it, Mac Jones was at Alabama. He helped Saban get that 7 championship. I think that it's still a possibility in one of the next 2 Super Bowls that Belichick can get his, and Mac can help Saban get 7 in college and help Bill get 7 in the NFL. So we got to keep an eye on that also because I knew he was going to New England because of that 7 narrative.
Yeah. So yeah, the Patriots are a dark horse team this year for that reason. Hey, by the way, did you see what I just showed about what's going on in baseball this year with the Rangers and the Rays? The Rangers play next to the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys and Bucks season opener. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to go back.
Okay, so here I'll tell you right now, and everybody else who needs to know this. So the Rangers, when the Rangers and Rays series just finished, it synced with that first opening game on September 9th, Cowboys and Bucks. What's funny right now is the Rangers have 102 all-time wins against the Rays. Like, this is going to be the 102nd NFL season. And if Brady loses that opener against the Cowboys, he's going to be 10-2 at home in week 1. Like 102. And remember, Cowboys is 102. So
that's major.
Yeah, so I think the Cowboys and Chiefs narrative still has a lot of strength for this year, but I am thinking Brady's going to be back there for Super Bowl 57. So
right, we'll put it together. I mean, we have most of the pieces in place, but when Julio got to Tennessee, I was like, oh snaps, here we go. So I'm telling you, within these next 3 Super Bowls, I'm telling you, Tennessee getting one because of Julio's.
They've had a lot of rituals lately. That wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had some of the biggest things going on in recent years, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And then last thing I wanted to say, what the hell I wanted to say? I wanted to say something else. It'll come back to me. But anyway, yeah, keep doing it, man. Keep grinding. Keep doing what you're doing. Love it, man. You helped me tremendously. That's why I'm able to sit down and really pick a lot of this stuff apart. Like, bro, thank you for bringing this knowledge to the forefront. It pays the bills.
Indeed.
It pays the bills, definitely.
Indeed. Well, keep up the good work, man. It's good to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, later.
Yeah, you take care, man. See you. Yeah, for the veterans, you guys all recognize his voice. He was killing it on the daily picks, but when we were all on the Bucks Chiefs thing at first, he was like, "There's no way." He kept calling. He's like, "You guys are gonna waste your money on that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl will never happen." I was like, "I don't know, man. It makes sense this year." But then when the Leonard Fournette trade happened, or when he came over, then he was like, "Oh well." So yeah. He said they needed an LSU running back. He was right about that. They got the LSU running back, and then he was on board. So, yeah, I think we can leave it there today. Well, here we got another call from Louisville. Medina Spirit. What's up, 502?
Hey, what's going on, Zach? How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How are you?
All right. With them 62s, like I've been noticing, it's kind of tricky tonight with Philly and Atlanta because both of them can fall to 6-2. But like Phoenix, they became 6-2 in the playoffs with their win over Denver. Now Brooklyn's become 6-2 with that loss. Now I'm waiting to see if the Clippers beat Utah in Game 3 because that will make Utah 6-2 in the playoffs. So I've been following them 62s and they've been coming through pretty good.
Yeah, it's possible that it's the reflection of that number that's mattering, 26, the big Bryant number, since it's kind of this 75th season Kobe. But you're right, the 6-2's been around, so good observation.
But I think Philly got a little stronger. I do agree with you about Philly and Embiid. They got a stronger riddle tonight.
Well, hold on. I want to clarify that. I'm not. Embiid has a really strong riddle to win tonight just through him. But God, it feels. And if Atlanta wins tonight, I'd feel so dumb going against Atlanta becoming 6-2 because they're pounding that number. So I think for me, I'm going to lay off that game. But yeah, because the other thing is there's a little bit more value with Atlanta in the 62, but yeah, I'm just torn on that narrative. If I look at it overall, more lines up for Atlanta tonight. It's just that Embiid riddle is so strong, and to me it feels like the series is about him, so we'll see.
Yeah. Did you catch any of the last Suns and Nuggets game?
That I think that game was going on while I was doing my radio show, so I think I missed it.
Well, Will Barton had returned from injury. That was his first game back, and they popped up how many games he had played. This is how many games he had played this year. You want to take a guess at what number popped up on that screen?
I don't know. What was it?
56.
Oh yeah. I should have guessed. Corey, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
Phoenix is winning this game tonight.
Yeah. And if Phoenix does sweep, they are going to do it on the day leaving 201 days left in the year, all synced up with the Pope. So we'll see. They got to win tonight.
I actually think they're going to be in the finals.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. We thought they were going to be the team right there with the Lakers this year in the Western Conference Finals. So, yeah, they got the 56. They got the best 50. See, that's the thing. And then Paul Westphal died right after we did that live stream, and then he had a big ritual with his death. So I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that Phoenix could be the team. The only thing I'm shocked about is, man, I still thought the LeBron thing, but if it's Phoenix instead of LA, I guess it makes some sense. So
it wouldn't even shock me if Phoenix won it, just for a simple fact is the ratings are down. They're terrible, which for good reason, because the NBA's garbage.
Yeah.
They want maybe like an underdog story. I don't know if they'll give it to another super team or not. So, it wouldn't surprise me if Phoenix won the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, and if it does end up being Brooklyn and Phoenix, it's a clear tribute to Steve Nash because, again, he played for the Suns. So.
Yeah, that's another reason why I think it's going to be the Nets and Phoenix in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very possible. So.
Yeah, that's really all I had, man.
All right, appreciate the thoughts. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, take care.
Later.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can leave it there, you guys. Again, if you got here late, rewind on the red, do the playback speed at 1.5, go through it faster. We went through the baseball games, picked out some ones that look pretty decent today. And the basketball's also there. 747?
Yeah, hey, I just thought about what I forgot. 2 major points. Atlanta. Something that I noticed about Atlanta. If you look at the playoff bracket, if Atlanta would be a sneaky dog that gets all the way to the championship, Atlanta is the only team in the playoffs that will play every team with a ball logo.
Okay, Wizards.
They beat the Knicks. They beat the Knicks. They beat the 76ers. Let's just say they somehow beat the 76ers and move on. They'll play the Brooklyn Nets, and it will set them up against the Suns.
I see.
The 5 seed and the 2 seed, which may be something crazy, but I just noticed, like, wait a minute, Atlanta can play all the ball logo teams and get to the championship.
If it's Atlanta and Phoenix, if that ended up being the championship, it would be all about the story right after Kobe died, because the story that day was Devin Booker and Trae Young combining for 81 points. Now all their numbers were all about Kobe. So that would be interesting.
Because another thing, the game 7 is on 7/22, which has 56 date numerology, which is Chris Paul's birthday. Something else I was looking at also.
Hold on. Game 1 has 56 date numerology, not Game 7. That Game 7, though, is the 203rd day of the year, and the Phoenix Suns Stadium does equal 203. It's the Nets Stadium that has the 56 connection, Barclays Center. But it's Game 1 with the 56 date numerology.
No, Game 7, if you look at the lesser date numerology, is 112 and 56.
7 plus 22 plus 21, right? 50.
I'm looking at it right now. I've been studying this for the longest. I can tell you all the numbers. 70, 34, 16, 50, 14, 203, 162, 29, 52, 32, 32, 112, 56.
It must be on Derek's thing. Derek got some stuff on his calculator. I see this 7 times 2. I never do all this stuff, but on Derek's calculator, I see it's got that. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it matters sometimes. So when I saw that, I was like, and it has 52 date numerology also. 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 20 plus 21.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Think about the 5 Tampa Bay in the championship. Hey, I don't know. But, yeah, that's just something I just want you to look at. Like, I've never seen it happen like that where a team is, like, playing all the ball logo teams. And another thing I wanted to say about why I feel Brady is winning this year, because if you think about it, they added the extra game because remember what his record was with New England when he went undefeated. It was a 16-game season. So he switched conferences. If he goes 17-0, Brady could possibly become 20-0 in Super Bowl 56, the perfect number. That's why I'm still telling you that is the Super Bowl. I have Brady going 20-0 and riding off in the sunset in. That's why they made those two rule changes for Leonard Fournette and for Julio. That's why they made those changes for them to be able to wear those single-digit numbers. And like I said, Brady can go to 56 and be 19-0 and finish 20-0 and ride off 8-3. So I'm still sticking to that.
Okay. Yeah, okay, it has some rhyme and reason to it. I'll look at it more. Titans equals 20.
Yeah, that's
Titans would be the perfect.
About.
Titans would be the perfect team to go 20-0 against because Titans equals 20. But
yeah, so somehow, some way, Julio is wrapped up in that, one way or another. So
did Julio officially go to the Titans? Did it already happen officially?
Yeah, he's there. He refused to take number 11. He got number 2, which I knew was gonna happen.
Okay.
I knew because I keep up with them from high school. So I knew in Foley he wore 82. So I'm like, okay. He got that 08 championship with Bama wearing number 8. He's gonna get this one wearing 2. And think about the Crips and Bloods, because that's a lot of stuff that matters that we overlook, like decoding. Like the colors have a lot to do with a lot. So he won with the Crimson at Alabama. That's like your Bloods. And if he wins with Tennessee, that's your Blue. So it's duality at the same time.
I see. Yeah.
So it's something to think about.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, everything is about 56 right now. It's like 56 is super goddamn trending and down to everything.
Yep.
So Chris Paul has to be looked at with that 5-6 birthday.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about Devin and Trey is very, very strong. It's very strong.
Yeah. That would be a finals that nobody saw coming. So
nobody. And think about this. If I'm correct, I think if Monty or if McMillan won, wouldn't that make the 7th black head coach that won the championship?
That's a good. We need to look into that if that's possible with all the 7 stuff. I don't know.
What? Let's say McMillan won it. He'll be the 5 seed that becomes the 7th black coach to win the championship. Like Brady was the 5 seed and got his 7. Something else I've been looking at. It may seem far-fetched because it's like McMillan. Like, who is McMillan? But I just feel like the whole COVID shit reset everything. So I feel like if you pay attention to the French Open on the women's side, definitely, it shows you like it's a changing of the guard in sports. That's what that whole COVID shit was about. It was to reset everything. So now you got to look outside the box at these championships and shit.
Hold up.
You're going to see some shit happen that we never saw.
So I just looked up. 6 black coaches have won the finals. And what's funny is McMillan used to coach the Supersonics, and that Lenny Wilkins won it with the Sonics in '79, which is 42 years ago. So that just makes me think,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something to look about. Something to look at, you know.
And it just reminds
I just feel like a lot of these...
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I just feel like a lot of these championships coming up, like, it's not going to be the favorite teams or the favorite people and shit. Like, it's going to be totally different. Golf and all of that shit. I just think it's like a changing of the guard.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. LeBron goes down, so.
Yeah, once LeBron and Brady out the way, it's like, that's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to pick the new superstars.
It's the new ushering in. Even in tennis, you know, they getting some arena and all of that out the way and shit. Like, it's going to be this new crop of athletes coming through. So you got to pay attention to that shit. Got to pay attention. And let me put the cherry on top, the goddamn icing. McMillan is born the same day that Brady is born.
Okay.
They're both born 8-3. Both born on 8-3. So think about that. Let's say number 5, Atlanta, go all the way to the championship, defeat the Suns. You will have the 7-5 and the 8-3 all together. You'll have the coach born on 8-3, winning the championship, becoming the 7th black head coach to do it, with the number 5 team. Just like Brady, the number 5 team got the 7 championship. I'm telling you. And another thing, if you look at Atlanta's logo, think about Pac-Man. Like, it just looks like the hawk, if you really look at it, it's like something has his mouth open and he's just eating a bird or whatever. So it's like, what if the Hawks just deflate all the balls all the way to the damn championship, and you end up with that 5-2 thing?
It's possible. It would be the if it's the Suns in Atlanta, it'd be the ultimate Kobe tribute. I'd get the joke. So
I think that's the besides the Clippers and Philly, that's my number one, just because Rondo was wearing that 4. I know how that paid dividends with Fournette getting that 28 instead of that 27. That's how I came on board. Once he got the 28, I'm like, okay, Zach, I'm on board. It's Tampa. Let's go.
Yeah.
So right now, my number one pick, like I said, is the Clippers because of Rondo with that 4. And the narrative is, what people don't remember is, Rondo was the 21st overall pick by the Phoenix Suns. They traded him away to Boston.
Okay.
So if he won the championship this year, that's another narrative. You know what I'm saying?
I see that. Yeah, I'm
21. He was picked 21.
Right. Yeah, he just went from the Lakers to the Clippers.
It's one of those two narratives. The way I'm looking at it, it's one of those two narratives. You're either going to get the number 4 Clippers beat the number 1 Philadelphia and you get the Tyronn Lue thing, or you're going to get that 5, 7, and 8-3 thing, which to me is super, super freaking strong.
Yeah.
For McMillan to line up with Tom Brady like that, it's too much. It's kind of how I feel about your thing with Atlanta today. Like, I'm with you with that. I'm telling you, I'm with you. I think the 1 and the 3 are losing today. I think it's the 2 and the 5. Because if you think about it, everything that I'm talking about, it might start with these 2 games right here. The Hawks tonight and the Suns tonight. The 2 teams that could potentially be in your championship together.
Yeah, you're right. Let's watch very carefully what they do tonight and the scores and the ritual.
I'm telling you now, I ain't watching. I'm taking Atlanta. Because think about this. One other thing that just came to me. Julio leaves Atlanta, and then Atlanta gets the championship.
Yeah, give and take. You're right. There is some of that. They lose.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones is probably the biggest sports star in Atlanta. Well, now that he left, but
I'm looking at Chicago up 7-5. By the way, another 75.
All right, so there's that 36 thing if the Cubs hang on and win. So okay,
I'm riding the 36 hard. I'm talking about I'm riding it hard.
Okay, yeah.
I'm taking the other two.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all your thoughts. I'm realizing that there's a lot more that I need to research about this NBA season. Because right now I'm realizing I'm not even sure how many championships the East and West have. I was just so confident on the Lakers thing that I didn't do my homework this year. So I need to go back and look at all that stuff.
That's what I said. I gotta get in touch with you one-on-one, man. We gotta talk one-on-one, because it's a lot of other stuff I jot down and I see that I need to pass on to you. Because that's my thing. You do most of the heavy lifting, but you know what I'm saying? You've taught me well like you've taught others. So when I get the information and I see the stuff, you might have the thing that'll put it right over the top, because you will know the numbers when you see it. You see what I'm saying? So I really got to get with you on some other stuff that I see, and we can take it from there. Another thing, the Yankees. You're talking about the Yankees with the cycle. Keep this in mind. What if it's the Islanders and it end up being the Yankees? Because last year you got the California thing going on. What if it's the New York thing this year?
It's possible. The Knicks finally in the playoffs. New York just dominated that eclipse ritual. So
right.
Yeah.
The Islanders. I've been on them Islanders because I keep thinking like it may be them Islanders and a New York team in baseball. I'm starting to think New York this year. Yeah, California last year. Because what it might be, the hockey team might tell you which state is going to win that MLB. So I'm keeping an eye on that closely.
Right. Yeah, we got to pay attention to that. I mean, they're doing something again with the hockey and the rest of sports. Tampa's right there again.
And you've been keeping up with the sweep thing, right? Like the team that sweep a team in the previous round, they lose the next round. That's why I went heavy on Vegas the other night.
They did that the other year with the NHL playoffs. They did that the other year with the NHL playoffs, too.
It's doing the same thing. They're doing the same watered-down thing.
I hadn't been paying attention. That might be something to just follow always with hockey. They were doing that. Every team who swept the other year lost in the next round. So, okay.
Not just that. Think about what if they do that in basketball also. Because think about if Atlanta beats not that one.
Suns?
The Bucks swept the Heat.
Oh, right.
How the Nets about to take the Bucks out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That might be something to look at. Like teams that go up 4-0 in the NBA might follow that same goddamn pattern.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a couple narratives they got, but we're going to piece it together.
Indeed. I'm going to be back decoding sports every day now that I took a long enough break. I'm ready to get back into it, so.
Right, man. That's where you belong in. That's where you belong in.
Yeah.
Keep knocking them across the head with this, man.
Indeed. We got to. All right, I appreciate it, man.
I'm definitely going to have to email you, though, so I can get my number to you, man, so we can run it one-on-one on some stuff.
Right. I got your number, so yeah. We'll talk more.
Well, yeah, well, you got my number on the thing. Hit me up, man. When you get a minute after all of this, call me, definitely.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, you have a good one.
All right.
Take care.
Later.
702?
Zach, just wanted to let you know, yeah, Djokovic call is looking very great right now. He's up 3-2. He's up 2-1 in the match, and he's up 3-2 right now in the fourth.
I see it. It's not over till it's over. But what I notice about Djokovic is today is his 21st day of his age. And like I said, if he wins this French Open and gets past Nadal, he's going to take all the Grand Slams this year and be the first to get to 21. It makes sense because it started with the 53rd Australian Open. That's always been Djokovic's number 53. So it's the 53rd, modern, it's whatever they call it, the 53rd year of the modern Grand Slam tournament. That's his number. And he can pass Federer and Nadal and be the first to get to 21. And if he wins today and beats Nadal on his 21st day of his age, I'm pretty sure that's exactly where this is going. So you can ride him for the rest of the Grand Slams.
Now, I thought that was I was watching it earlier today. I thought they said Nadal can get his 21st Grand Slam.
Nadal can get his 21st Grand Slam. This is what I've been talking about all year because I said Nadal dominates the French Open. So if Nadal won this event, this is his event. He's already won it 13 times here. If he won it this year, he'd get his 21st, and then that would break up the possibility of Djokovic getting his 21st this year. But Djokovic can get his 19th Grand Slam in this one, and the tournament began 19 days after his birthday, and then there's 2 more Grand Slams the rest of the year, so you get 20 in the next one and 21 in the final one.
Right.
He just went up 4-2. He just went up 4-2. So now he serves. If he takes this, he'll be 5-2 in the winning. He can win this. He can win this set here, and then that's the match. So.
And another thing I wanted to point out that a caller had brought out earlier about the weather. Yesterday in Vegas, we had a fire that burned out 30 acres of land during the game, during the Avalanche and Golden Knight game.
Huh. Okay.
And I was big on Colorado because I know you remember me saying I thought that Colorado was going to win with all the shooting that was going on in Colorado. But once I saw the Pirates come up on the Fox 5 News, I went and just hedged on Vegas when they're only up 1. So they ended up winning 6-3.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, man. But yeah, the Djokovic thing.
I wanted to let everybody know that Djokovic futures you called months ago is looking great.
Yeah, it's all about this one too. This was the big if right here. He had to get past Nadal in this, and it's not over yet. But if he gets past Nadal today, I'd ride Djokovic for the next 2 Grand Slam tournaments that are coming up because he should get to 21 this year. The ritual seems right.
Right.
All right.
I wanted to get that out to the community.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, see you. Yeah, I think we can leave it there, you guys. If you got here late, again, rewind the red bar at the bottom, change your setting to playback speed 1.5, and then just zoom through all the baseball, basketball information. So I think it's all there. And yeah, again, we've been talking about Djokovic. He has to get past Nadal in this tournament. If he does it, he's looking golden for all the Grand Slams this year. I get the ritual.
Hey, Zach.
What's up, 860?
Not much. I just saw a great thing on StatMuse that you can actually do. You can check a team's record from a certain date. So what I'm getting at here is if you look at since when Nate McMillan became the coach, the Hawks are 19-2 at home. And they can fall to 19-3. We know Atlanta Hawks equals 193.
Oh.
They currently have 193 head-to-head wins.
How did you search? How did you search the Hawks' home record with McMillan?
Hawks home record since 3/1/2021.
Oh, the day he became.
Yeah, and they sync him up with Tom Brady a lot. I've been noticing.
Well, maybe this isn't including the playoffs. Let's do including playoffs.
Oh yeah, it should be including playoffs. Sorry.
Wow, this StatMuse is really cool, man. So what you're saying is if they lost today, they'd be 19-3, like Atlanta Hawks is 193, and again the 76ers are on 193 losses right now against the Hawks. Yeah, that's interesting. So game's tricky.
And then also I think they sync up the Braves baseball game with the Phillies here. Remember, they didn't get that 383, the 76 prime. If you look at Joel Embiid's record, including playoffs versus the Hawks, he's 7-5. So I think that's a symbolic reference of him not falling to 7-6 because that other team didn't get the 383, the 76 prime. But yeah, it is kind of a tough one there. I do like Trae Young falling to 55 and 55 against Philly. 76ers, when you include the numbers on the calculator, equals 55.
Right.
Boulay equals 55. Boulay has a connection with Atlanta and Philadelphia. And Russell Westbrook in the last series became 55 and 55 against Philly. And he ended the season with the 56. Washington, D.C. equals 56. So I really like Philly tonight. Just wanted to share that. And I do like the Braves tonight. It's the 467th time they play the Marlins, which is the 91st prime number. That Miami pitcher can stay on 91 losses, get his 99th win on Friday, which is 99.
You're saying Morton can get his 99th career win. Miami's got the 99 connection, so does Friday. Yeah.
Exactly. And he can stay on 91 losses in the 467th time these teams play. I'm not sure if it's including the playoffs.
And you're saying 467 is the 91st prime?
Exactly.
I see.
And that kind of connects to 13, or 91, the 13th triangular number. 13 equals 99. So I really like the Braves tonight and the Sixers. And then the Suns with the 93 riddle.
Be careful with those 76ers, man. They can win tonight, but you're going against that Hawks 62. Don't let that spoil your whole night. So.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be careful, man.
Because this stat you just dug up with a 19-3, it is really cool and it could play. But I mean, we've never done anything like that before. I mean, I don't have any precedent of measuring that. I'd get it if it happened, but yeah, that game to me is still dangerous. So.
For sure, I'm pretty sure. What's his name? McMillan started 8-3. I just know they've synced up a lot with him just because he has that Tom Brady birthday. And then the 55s following Super Bowl 55, it's like, what are the odds Trae Young can fall to 55 and 55 at home? Oh, right. You're right. I got to be careful.
Yeah.
But thanks for taking my call, Zach. By the way, this is Itachi from the chat. Appreciate the service you're doing, man. Keep it
Indeed. And good mention on the 55 yesterday because that really put it over the top with that Atlanta upset. So, all right, man.
Sir. Yeah.
All right,
man.
All right, take care. Appreciate it. Okay. Well, Djokovic just went up 5-2, and he needs one more game in this set. Nadal's in a deep hole now, plus Djokovic's already up a set. If Djokovic wins this set, that's it. Nadal's out, and he's on to the championship. And again, just the fact that this match is on Djokovic's 21st day of his age, to me that seems symbolic. Nadal needed to win this tournament, which he owns, which everyone thought he would win, to get his 21st. But like I've been saying all year, this could be the year that Djokovic sweeps the Grand Slams and beats Federer and Nadal to 21 because it's his game right now. What's up, Martin?
What up, Zach? I got here late with what you call it, Tico. But you I know you're leaning towards Suns for sure, though, right? Like,
I'm taking the Suns 9-3 thing. If I get beat with that, I get beat with that. But I can't go against the Suns 9-3 thing.
Now I'm thinking the same way. And did you talk about the 162 for the Hawks game and the Sixers game?
The what number?
The 162.
Oh, yeah, 162nd day of the year. The Hawks are on 162 playoff wins right after the Major League Baseball series, that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure you saw that. Yeah, and I thought, I had you on mute earlier because I was on the phone, but somebody brought up about the 6 black coaches, and there could be a 7th one this year. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is wow, Djokovic is about to close out Nadal right now. I wanted to see it on the TV screen. Yeah, so if you guys took Djokovic advice earlier this year, man, that's looking pretty right now. He's still got to win the championship, but we'll see. So.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, keep up the good work, though, man.
All right.
Like, you've been killing it lately.
Yeah, got to keep it going.
All right,
Martin, take care.
Yeah, peace.
All right, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, God, there's another call. Hold on, one more call. 347?
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, brother? First of all, I appreciate everything that you do. Everything, bro. Because you open my eyes crazy. I have to ask you one thing, just one thing, bro. So when I type in June 11, not 11th, but 11, it has the 236. It's either reverse ordinal or reverse ordinal or full ordinal or English ordinal. Either English ordinal or reverse ordinal. But then when you also type in Philadelphia 76, it has the same ordinal for 36. Does that have anything? I'm going for 76 today. I know everything's lining up for the whole, but I'm going for 76. Do you think that plays a part in anything?
Well, I don't normally decode that way, so I mean, you can observe that, but that kind of stuff's never been like very consistent. So
okay, like the date wouldn't really have nothing to do with anything. And
yeah,
it's a big date for Kobe as well. I don't know if you know.
Today's relates to Kobe?
Yeah, because they just re-released his Kobe 6s, and I don't know if you know, on June 11th, he also, back in the day, I think in 2000, I forgot what year, 2006 probably, he released an episode called Detail on June 11th as well. And June 11th, he played in the playoffs, I forgot which team. It's like a lot of things on June 11th have to do with Kobe, like a lot of things. I don't know if you noticed.
I didn't know that, so I'll have to look into that. I did not know that.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's just those little things. I'm not going to bother you act like I know everything, but just those little things I noticed, and I just wanted to ask you if, had an opinion on you. That was it. But I thank you once again for everything that you do, bro, sincerely.
All right. Well, I appreciate the observations, and have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you.
All right, you too.
All right, take care. All right. Well, Djokovic just got past Nadal. That's what we've been talking about. Because, again, this tournament, you guys, it began 19 days after Djokovic's birthday. You know what's funny is today's 8 days after Nadal's birthday, and 19's the 8th prime. But if Djokovic wins this tournament, again, that's what we talk about all year. He won the Australian Open. You guys, we've killed with Djokovic 53 rituals over the year. It is his number. If you write out his name, Novak Djokovic, 53 in the most pure cipher, right? You see how it's also 73 in reverse, like the 21st prime? And this is what gave us a hint that, man, maybe he's going to pass Nadal and Federer and get to 21 before they do in 2021. But he was going to have to sweep all the he's going to have to win all 4 this year. So he won the Australian Open. He still has to win this event. He didn't win it today, but he got past the player who was supposed to win it, Nadal. Nadal probably will win the French Open again because his next win there is his 14th, and that'll probably be the last. But Nadal's 14 in the most pure cipher, so he didn't win it this year, but could be next year. And isn't it interesting? That's how things are tricky, though. On the 11th, Nadal goes down, right? He has the 31 in the reverse reduction, but he is playing on this day. But Novak if he wins this, you guys got to ride him for the rest of the Grand Slams. And he's going to be the favorite. He's the men's best tennis player, but still you get odds on it. And he should sweep all the Grand Slams this year as long as he finishes off this event and wins. And again, the tournament began 19 days after his birthday. He can win his 19th Grand Slam here. That made a lot of sense. So, but yeah, it's official. He just won it. He beat the favorite Nadal. So we'll leave it there for today, you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. And I'm going to go most days. Days where I don't do a live stream, I'll still put out notes. But, yeah, we should be back with another live stream tomorrow. There should be a live stream tomorrow. If there's not, I'll still put out notes. It is the weekend. Sometimes things come up with Sweet Lady that I got to help her out with on the weekend. But, yeah, again, you guys, let's keep playing smart. NBA playoffs are tricky. It was stupid of me to come back and only focus on the NBA playoffs, but I wanted to make sure I was right about the Lakers-Nets riddle, which obviously didn't happen. And anyway, I guess it's good that we have been paying attention to the playoffs because we've been able to track everything, and we should be able to do well the rest of the way. But yeah, a lot of people jumped off because they were not happy in those 2 to 3 weeks where I was going 50-50 like almost every day. We were just barely above 50-50, and I get that, but those people, they were new here and they just were like, oh, this must be some bullshit. Well, they jumped off at the wrong moment because they just missed out on a lot of money. So, I don't want to call people chumps, but that's kind of what you are if you're down in Gematria at this point. You're kind of a chump. So, we'll leave it there, and until next time.